and welcome to the Easy Allies podcast. Mommy's in charge today because Huber is sick as a dog.
Yeah.
And Blood's here as a guest, where we love to have him. And then we're also joined by Michael Damiani from home.
How's it going?
He has shuffled off his robotic coil and is merely a video screen today, along with Michael Huber, who's sick as hell. How
You all
doing,
look really.
We couldn't
great.
do
I just
a-
want to say that.
Thanks, Huber. You're looking good too.
We couldn't do a Pacific Rim thing, right? We couldn't drift compatible into the Robamiani.
I mean, literally, you could. We could. There would just be a lot of negative space on the screen of Robamiani. And in the control room making it all happen is Con Dasanova.
Heyo.
Am I saying that right?
I was trying to think how to do that to heyo, but I got confused.
Yoha.
Yoha or something.
Yay. Ho.
That's a hard one.
That is hard. This is the Easy Allies podcast. We're here to talk about what's new, what's news, and what we've been playing. This week we've got Bond. James Bond. Hollower. Mina the Hollower.
Nice.
Past. Songs of the past. Hikes. Price hikes. Are we enjoying this bit?
Yeah.
Trailers. Patrons top 10 live action trailers.
Oh, wow.
More and more. Let's get.
And Isla rescued me from the airport.
Oh yeah, and I picked up Blood at the airport. Never ask me to do that again. By the way, everybody gets one.
Yeah, you get one.
You get one, and you just burn.
I did try Jason first.
He told me that. He
not
was
in
like,
LA.
he was just like, "What the fuck? Why would you ask me this?" He's also sick. Blood Summit, BitSummit. Blood was at BitSummit, and he's going to talk about that. Show him the shirt, Blood. Listeners, he's got this
so
beautiful
cool.
shirt.
Look at that thing.
So cool.
A Kyoto
Hold on, I
Indie
gotta
Game
go.
Festival, dude.
You gotta go there.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, you
so
do.
nice.
Look at that.
Good stuff.
Is
Dang
the
it.
transfer warm? It looks like a thick graphic.
I don't know about
Sometimes-
warm, but
I don't wear graphic tees anymore, but sometimes remember that, like, the whole front of the shirt is plastic, and then you get just like a weird shaped sweat on your chest.
I haven't worn it long enough to know.
Be sure to
Well,
wash
it's
it.
First day I
inside
had it
out.
on.
Wash it inside out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My wife will do that.
In the dishwasher, right? You're supposed to wash
In the
those
dishwasher, yeah.
Not
that's-
that. We don't have one of those.
Some of those early Easy Allies shirts. Sophia was wearing the one where it was like the punch up, like the Streets of Rage graphic that we had a long time ago. That did not hold up to time.
Mine are still good.
It is falling apart. She like sleeps in it. So anyway, news. What's the best way to start the news segment is with a sudden DLC announcement for a 85-year-old game. The Witcher 3 Songs of the Past.
That one leaked.
Apparently, yeah, it had leaked, but it's coming for PC, PS5, Xbox in 2027. It's getting a Gamescom reveal in August. So wait, is this the leak?
No. People were
announced
talking
it.
about this months ago.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say yeah. Thought we knew about this already. 11 years since Blood and Wine released, which is a similar-sized expansion, not DLC, and it has a very important sword apparently.
Yes.
When did this game come out? 2015.
Yeah, and then Blood and Wine
Yeah, the
was
game came out
2016.
2015.
11 years ago.
Yeah.
A better
Or
game
was it
came out that
2014?
year.
No,
No,
2015. Yeah.
there was a drag out fight for Game of the Year between a much better game, and I remember that.
But yeah, Blood and Wine was 2016 for sure because I streamed that.
Hell yeah.
That's how we remember. But yeah, you're all
With
excited about
wine.
it, huh? What?
Blood and Wine. I
Did
streamed
you-
that.
You got
While drinking
drunk
wine,
on-
I remember.
Did you
I'll
get
never
drunk
forget
on
that.
camera?
Did not get drunk. But
That shit was
I had
iconic.
wine.
He's got a little smile going. He got a little buzz going.
That was iconic.
I did learn the hard way that my PC at the time could not handle streaming in that game.
Oh yeah, that's a demanding one.
This is fucking sick. This is so cool. I love reasons to revisit an old game other than just replaying it. Like releasing content this far away from when this game came out, I think is so cool. I'm trying to think of other examples of like when this has happened.
Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart.
That was way later.
That was
Game
delightful.
went
Yeah.
dormant for years, and all of a sudden it's like, here's
Yes.
2 years of content.
That is like such a good example. I
Didn't they
think
wait-
that's so cool.
Didn't they wait a while for one of the Mario parties? It took a while for one of the Mario parties as well.
Bowser's
And
Fury.
also
Bowser's Fury.
Yeah, I was just
Yes.
gonna say Bowser's Fury.
That was different though, because that was like they re-released the game.
Yeah, you're
and
not
they're like,
playing the
here's a
old
reason to
same
actually
game
buy
again,
it
yeah.
if you.
I mean, I
I
swear to God, Nintendo is like, we were working on a sequel, but instead, here's just a DLC 7 years later, because whatever. Like, we got halfway to the length of a sequel, and then we were like, we're done with this. Let's just package it again and put it in. You know, like, I feel like that's what they do sometimes.
Yeah. I think what's really cool about this is we assume that The Witcher 4 is going to be Ciri focused. We've seen the footage of her walking around. You know, they said that this is her potential trilogy now. Like, we've lived the Geralt life now for so long.
The Cyrilogy.
But I've been ironically replaying The Witcher 3, and like, Geralt is just straight up one of my favorite characters of all time. I think the performance and just the character is so fun to play as. So I was like getting ready to like say goodbye because I'm on Blood and Wine now, and I'm just like, now we get to say goodbye properly. Like, we already kind of did in Blood and Wine, but now it's like this. No, here's like another final send off to this character, one last ride. It makes me think of like Last of Us, if they had given us maybe like a Joel game or something in between, you know, part 1 or 2 or a spin-off. Everybody always wanted like a Tommy and Joel game. I think it's just fun because you can't like have your character be the star of a game forever. I feel like it has to end sometime. I think of the longest running characters like Kratos and stuff. You know,
Resident Evil says hello.
well, they bounce around, Damiani. They bounce around to Leon.
They
They
do
bounce
change,
around
yeah.
to Chris. They
And
bounce around to
crucially, they
Claire and
age.
Jill.
Yeah.
Like,
Technically.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're getting
they
up there
don't
in age
change,
too.
yeah.
So
And like, look at what's happened to Yakuza as well. Like, Kiryu has to just like, eventually your characters have to like move on, and your franchise has to move on.
yeah.
So I think this is just really cool to
Yeah,
like
Zelda,
go
Mario.
back.
It's going to be really interesting to see how it feels and how it's structured, because, you know, in that time, you know, they put out Cyberpunk with the lessons that they learned from Witcher 3, and they put out Phantom Liberty with the lessons that they learned from putting out Cyberpunk. So it's like, you know, like a lot of the stuff that Witcher 3 was kind of groundbreaking on now, like, we sort of take for granted in terms of like things like meaningful side quests and all of that, you know, and it's like,
Totally.
no, these have real stories here. They're not just like go pick up some crap.
Totally, Blood.
And you know, the more involved cities and things like that is like, will we go to like, you know, the Empire to Nilfgaard or something? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, listeners, we got it. Damiani's showing us the cat sleeping on his lap.
This is what I'm dealing with. The cat is
it's so
just he's just sleeping on me and picking new positions every few minutes. It's like
Yeah, I mean, wide awake. I don't know why we're all saying sleeping, but laying.
no, they will be awake and then go back to sleep. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
look how fast! Look, almost.
I think of like these standalone expansions too. Like, I think of Uncharted Lost Legacy and Miles Morales. This
Yeah.
almost feels like one of those, but it's like, again, it's an expansion to The Witcher 3, so it probably won't be $40 or $50 or $60, I'm assuming.
Right. Well, I mean, somebody pointed out the other day that like Witcher 3 is regularly like on sale for $10.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, for
always.
the complete with the expansions.
Totally.
Do we think that this will like bridge, like link this to
Totally.
4?
I think there's a
Totally.
very good chance. Like, otherwise, I'm not sure why they would
Why
be
do it?
doing
Yeah.
it. But it may be the thing that sort of like makes sense of like how you can get from having a bunch of different endings in Witcher 3 to the story of Witcher 4. You know,
Right.
I just think it's so fucking cool. Like, imagine right now if From was like, hey, here's some Dark Souls DLC.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1. Like, The Witcher
Right.
is legitimately one of the greatest games ever made.
Artorias was pretty long after Dark Souls, wasn't it?
not anything like
Not,
10
no,
years.
nothing
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Obviously, nothing like this. But like,
It's
I remember
so
feeling
cool.
like, whoa, all right.
Yeah. It's so cool. It's just so cool. So I love it. I'm so excited for this. And again, it'll bridge the gap, or it'll help us wait for The Witcher 4
Right.
as well. Who knows how long that'll take.
Yeah, whether or not it literally bridges the gap, it'll bridge the
Yeah,
gap
yeah.
for fans, yeah.
Yeah.
Also exciting Huber news here, Dragon Quest XII Beyond Dreams,
Now-
which was,
Go ahead.
This is
I was gonna
rough.
say, is this actually
This is
exciting,
rough.
or is this oh god, we get to wait another 5
no.
years now because they restarted
Oh, geez.
development?
I mean, I just saw the headline here in the rundown. I don't actually know what this is about.
So-
Originally revealed in 2021 as Flames of Fate, we're hard at work on 12, but due to a reshuffle of the team and a restart of development,
Yeah.
it's going to be a bit longer till it's in your hands. Producer Yosuke Saito. Also, Dragon Quest XI S Definitive Edition for Switch 2 and Dragon Quest Monsters: The Withered World, which is the
It
Dragon
has,
Quest
yeah.
V protagonist.
Yeah, they announced those. They had a 10-minute presentation. We saw a very brief trailer,
trailer
for
here.
Dragon Quest 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Artorias was only a year after Dark Souls. Okay, so this is some bad news for Huber.
Yeah,
Sorry, Huber.
yeah. This feels like now. I'm excited for your take, Damiani. This feels like we're entering Kingdom Hearts territory here. Like 10-year wait for this thing. It's out of control.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll be that long, but clearly it was indicated that the original vision for this was supposed to be like a darker, more mature Dragon Quest. And there are a lot of people now, saying that it was potentially going to be like more action heavy, potentially like action RPG instead of turn-based RPG. And they got cold feet because they saw the reception to 16 and like, oh, Final Fantasy changed direction and went all in on action and went darker and more mature, and it didn't work out. Maybe I don't agree with that, but obviously, like, maybe they saw the divided reception to that and said, maybe we should play it a little bit more safe with Dragon Quest 12. And I don't know. That's like the narrative that's being like kind of peddled right now. I had heard like probably 2 years ago, and I kept my mouth shut, that like 12 was in a lot of trouble, development hell, basically. Like it was being like, there were a lot of like, it was going to have to restart. They were not liking the direction of it. And now somewhat makes a little bit more sense. But at the same time, I'm a little disappointed because Dragon Quest felt like it was kind of like on a little bit of an upward trajectory. Yeah. And I'm not saying that would have been the answer, but they still it hasn't like broken out, and I think it hasn't like, gotten too like as big as it probably could be. I think Dragon Quest has a lot of potential, and probably maybe a little bit more than like Final Fantasy because Final Fantasy is having like an identity crisis lately. But Dragon Quest, it just seemed to like not like sell as much as you would think it would sell for how like, amazing and how like storied and how like critically received it is in like, especially in Japan. It just like sells like gangbuster. It have a national holiday for the release of it, but they aren't replicating that type of success. It has like a decent amount of success in the West. And I would say it would have been nice to see if maybe that could have like this could be like one of the attempts to find that answer that Square Enix has been looking for. Because I think they're trying to find a modern path forward for their RPGs in general. And the one that's come like the closest, honestly, has been like Nier Automata. Has been like the one that's been like, I would argue, is the most successful, and 15. But 15, I would say, had a legacy behind it and a lot of history and baggage. So the next mainline Final Fantasy, the next Dragon Quest, even like Kingdom Hearts is like one of these has to like hopefully find that the answer to that. But I'm curious about you, Huber. There's been a lot of criticism leveraged at that main hero, though, how they look, especially their face. Okay, yeah, so,
He looks stoned out of his mind.
Wait, now I want to see this.
Yeah. It's Toriyama, though, right? These are Toriyama's final concept designs before he passed away.
I'm not entirely sure. I didn't look that up. They might be based on his stuff. But yeah, it looks just like. They only showed environments. They didn't show any combat. They showed him like running. Like they showed like him in action. I think it's
interesting, Damiani, because like when they showed him running, they showed him like leap off a cliff and do this like little roll, and like that's not like the kind of mobility I normally expect out of a Dragon Quest, right?
Exactly, Blood. So I'm kind of curious if there was any truth to they tried to pivot from what the direction they were going in before in terms of like it was more action.
That's exactly what I
and if
thought.
those elements survived, if there's some things they did like about it and wanted to make, because I'll be honest, the field environments, they look pretty in Dragon Quest games, but to me, there's just the same with Tales games, they're boring as shit. Like you like look at them for a little while, they're cool. Then you're just running around and you see all the enemies just in the field. It's like eventually you start avoiding battles because like what else am I gonna do? Just
Some
continuously
of the best
fight.
towns,
Yeah, they need. I feel like they need to have some more to do. Like they got to solve that problem with Dragon Quest. But they did some of the stuff they added into the recent HD 2D versions and the remasters. The tokens you find, I forget what they're called again, and the hidden in
medals?
the world.
The medals,
the
the mini
monster.
medals, of course.
Yeah, the monster gathering stuff. Like there's definitely things they could probably do. I would say to keep you invested in the environment. Maybe not go Rebirth heavy with like mini games and stuff. Like maybe don't need that.
I think after we got, I'm. If this happened like a year or so ago, I think I'd be feeling the pain. But after we've now had Dragon Quest 1, 2, 3 HD and 7 reimagined, we've had our fair share of really quality Dragon Quest games. So it kind of lessens the sting. This still feels like it is so far away.
Yeah.
Now I'm really just hoping we get Dragon Quest 8 anything.
Right.
Just put it on the store digitally. That's it. You don't have to do anything to it. Just please give us access to Dragon Quest 8.
Hubert, the thing about me that feels funny about it is that like these sort of came to me. It feels like too quickly.
Right? Yeah, it was
like
too
all
fast,
these remakes are
Blood.
like I can't finish this before
Great
the
take.
next one is out.
Great take.
And now we're gonna have this weird kind of gap. So it's like, why didn't you just space these releases out a little bit more? If you could see that, like, hey, we might have to change direction. But
That's a really good
maybe the
take.
wheels were in motion, too far.
Yeah, people are saying that some people are theorizing that the lizard man and the main guy are the same because they have the same shirt and the same haircut. And
I was taking it as three different characters.
No, wait, no, because his sleeve
That's a
is
really
ripped
good
off.
theory.
His sleeve is ripped off in some shots, but when he takes that helmet up, he has the sleeve.
That's
So it's
such
like
a 10
clearly
out of
that
10
sleeve
theory.
gets ripped off at some point, and it's the lizard guy's the same.
What if
'Cause
that
in
That would
another
be
shot,
Well, I would
so
think
in another
Right.
shot, the
Cool.
lizard
Yeah.
guy has the ripped off
Well,
sleeve.
Isla,
Yeah.
that's sick as
That the human
shit.
has.
That gets me
Not my
hyped.
theory. I saw that,
The
but
title, because Beyond Dreams, people think there's like a dream
They're
world,
dreaming of
and
it,
that's his
yeah.
version of him in the dream world, and then there's the real world
I'm
version
so
of him.
into that. I'm
yeah,
so
the whole
into
outfit is
that.
the same.
Yeah.
But the other character gives me Luca from Chrono Trigger
Yes.
vibes.
Yeah.
The hover bike
With the
and
crazy
the
bike,
other
yeah.
thing that sort of looks like
Yeah.
the time machine.
I think my critique with the character designs in some of these, and it's like less in this one, just from the 3 characters or 2 characters that they show, but like sometimes the characters just don't look like they're from the same thing. The one where it has that Chad guy and then like 3 other characters that look like they're from completely different properties. This one, like the women typically they look like just slightly different like design philosophy. Like she looks like kind of different than he does. I don't know. There's something about it, but like otherwise this looks cool. That's the same guy. That's the same
gotta
shirt.
be.
They have
It's
different
gotta
armor.
be.
That's the same shirt.
Yeah. So now we wait.
Yep.
Yep. I forgot I was the host. Modern Warfare 4, October 23rd,
Oh wait,
PS5.
I'm so sorry. I really did.
There
wanna-
was. I knew it. I could
You
sniff
knew
it.
it. You
Every
sniffed
time.
it. I just wanted to confirm that Toriyama. These
Oh,
are his
sure.
final designs. These are his
Okay,
final
okay.
designs. That's
You looked it
that's
up? All
that's a
right.
big deal. That's a big deal. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Are you prepared, Huber?
I'm fully prepared.
Mentally
I'm
for
fully
this?
prepared. I'm fully prepared.
They're in order as I had them, Don, so I don't think we had anything for this. Modern Warfare 4, October 23rd, PS5, Xbox, PC, and for the first time ever, Switch 2,
Crazy.
which apparently they were saying that it was going fine on the Switch 2. South Korean setting, Infinity Ward is working on it. You play mostly as Private Park and Captain Price on the run from his allies. Huber will tell us what that means. You can also play as a North Korean soldier. Changes to gunplay and movement, more accurate firing, DMZ zone, or DMZ mode, which is an extraction shooter.
Yeah, this trailer was sick as fuck. I love this trailer. Holy shit. Modern Warfare Saw. That's 4 in Korean. Gabby told me that. Shout out.
Oh.
Okay.
The premise,
I was like, there's a Saw link? That's cool.
the premise.
Jigsaw's in here?
Yeah. The premise is North Korea invades South Korea, so Modern Warfare always gets like controversial. You know, there's always some intense ass shit going down.
Yeah.
This is fully next gen now. The graphics are insane. Like, this is actually one of the best looking things I've ever seen
Holy
in like
shit.
my life. It's absurdly
This
good
is a
looking.
populated little street we're seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, it just looks sick. I think what really got me is that it just looks darker. Like, there's been a pushback in the Call of Duty community and a pushback from me also personally of just like the bubblegumification of Call of Duty lately, the Fortnite vibe, just like
Yeah.
Oh,
The-
yeah, like a train on your gun.
a train on your gun. Like, it's
Yeah.
just so detached from reality, and it's like,
Not
yo, just,
everything needs to be Fortnite Magic
Yeah.
the Gathering.
it's like, just give me a sick, grounded, boots on the ground. I don't want to be like sprinting on walls, Max Payne style. I just want to be a soldier in a war, and I want to like care about my people. Like, that's it. Like my comrades, you know.
Yeah.
The story looks cool.
That's a cool 4.
It looks like there's some cool like what the hell is going on situations in here for the Call of Duty lore fanatics. Like, Price is on the run, he's going rogue, and then the final shot is so intense because Ghost, legendary character, the guy with the skull mask, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
Ghost is like attacking Price, and he like wants to
Whoa.
kill him, and he's like, you broke all the rules, and they're like about to fight, and everyone's like, what the frick is going on?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Price is this guy with the beard.
Price is like the iconic main Modern Warfare character. Yeah, he's like the one. He's been in the old ones, he's been in the reboots. So
Jeez
yeah.
Louise.
Yeah, then you might play as, like, people are theorizing you play as the North Korean lady general there that we just saw.
Oh, okay.
It looks like there's really awesome like melee combat too. Hopefully those aren't just like time takedowns. Like, I would love for actual like melee combat, but who knows? And then for the ones who really care about like multiplayer and stuff, they're actually changing gunplay and movement. This is a big deal with the gunplay because I'm not a pro, so you know, I will explain it as best I can, but like most games when you fire a gun like from the hip, the bullets will just come out like randomly and stuff. And
Yeah.
they're changing like all the hit detection, Damiani. They're like changing the way bullets move in the game to be more accurate, more responsive. There's like going to be a lot less randomness, which I think is going to please a lot of people. And then they just keep refining movement, like jumping, shimmying, crawling.
Is it like
all
that
stuff.
thing? What is it called? On hit or something? Where it's like the bullet is an actual projectile that's simulated?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's some crazy shit like that. But they're like addressing it for this game, and they compared it, I guess, to like even like Battlefield 6 has like the old way or whatever. So this is gonna be like a new way of.
But what about Omni movement
Yeah.
or whatever?
I don't know
sure
if
that's
Omni
back.
movement is still here, but they are like continuing to refine
Yeah.
the movement and stuff, and we don't know how much of that is just PR speak. You know, we all know what to expect with a Modern Warfare game and a Call of Duty game in general. It is almost the same thing every time. That's reductive. I know it's not, but also it kind of is. Like, we know what to expect. We know, there's gonna be a lot of sit reps and airstrikes going on. We know what we're getting into here. But it's all about vibes, and this one has good vibes.
Huber, so they call out a couple of the locations.
Yeah.
It's New York, Paris, Mumbai,
Great.
and then, of course, Korea, as you said.
Yeah, we just love the globe trotting. It's so fun. Give us that big, high budget, like fucking $300 million IMAX movie vibe.
And then launching with 12 maps
Right.
plus kill block. Dynamic battleground that reconfigures its layout
Dynamic.
between rounds with more than 500 configurations.
Whoa. That's crazy, Blood. I don't know what the hell that is. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, the DMZ mode they didn't really talk about. It's an extraction type shooter.
Yeah, they say there's going to be more on June 7th, which
Yeah.
would be the date of the Xbox conference.
Yeah, like if I'm going to extract, it's going to be in Marathon, but that's cool for people that want that. Like with Call of Duty, I say it every year. I play the campaign, and I play standard deathmatch, kill confirmed for like 2 months, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
That's how I engage with this product. And I always say, jump in when you feel the vibe is right. Take a couple years off if you're not feeling it. It'll always be there.
Yeah, there were some preview events as well. So I saw like Danny Pena and some people have played
Nice,
it and put their
nice.
thoughts out of it so far. So
Pena.
go
Nice.
check that stuff out.
Oh, yeah, another Call of Duty. So now are we going to see more at Summer Game Fest, everybody? Or did we get Call of Duty out of the way?
No, like I said, June 7th. That's Xbox time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
We'll
it's
see
either
the
Xbox
same
or
trailer.
PC gaming
Yeah.
show.
We'll see the
Damiani-
same trailer at Xbox and PC gaming.
Yeah.
Damiani, any thoughts on this finally coming to Switch 2? To Nintendo.
I mean, it's a good thing, obviously, because it'll probably sell some more copies for them. And Call of Duty already sells a buttload of copies, so I mean, it seemed like a natural fit. But I mean, honestly, I don't know. Yeah, it felt weird that like any major release coming out wasn't trying to at least be on like the Switch 2 hardware. I'm curious. I'm sure it will run like fine, but in your words, Huber, in the past with OG Switch, compromise probably. It'll probably be slightly compromised in some way. But like, I think the thing that they should be aiming for is the average person not being able to tell that compromise, like or it's not so like
Yeah.
it's not just a
like
big deal.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. So
It's interesting though
they
to
can jump
be
in.
like, this is the first next gen. Like, it's not being held back by PS4s and Xbox's ones, but it's on the Switch 2, which is as powerful as I don't know how powerful is a Switch 2.
But it's
powerful than
it's
Steam
not a
Deck.
one-to-one because
It's
like
not
there's a lot.
one-to-one,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot
Yeah,
of
more powerful than
modern
Steam Deck.
things in a Switch 2 that PS4 and Xbox don't have.
Yeah. DLSS or something probably.
Yes. One
Sick.
of them.
Speaking of engaging with a product, how's this one? Steam Deck price hike.
AI is coming for all your
AI
wallets.
is fucking it all up, man.
No.
Just
Oh,
everything.
dear,
Steam Deck
dear.
OLED 512 gigabytes model will now cost $789 in the United States, having previously retailed for $549. The 1 terabyte console will now cost $949. A significant upswing from its previous retail price of $649.
$300 increase.
Developer.com, by the way.
Huge.
Yeah.
That's like
Whoa.
Valve says it has been forced to raise the price of hardware due to raising memory and storage costs. Steam Deck itself has not changed. These new prices reflect the current state of component costs and other global logistical challenges across the industry as a whole. We'll keep you updated if anything changes. Say AI and tariffs without saying AI and tariffs.
That is
Yeah.
wild.
So this kind of screws up my theory that the Steam machine will be a loss leader for $600.
Nope.
Although it doesn't have a screen, but that's not the most important and most expensive part.
no.
Shit, dude, I'm pissed about this.
That is
Definitely-
really crazy.
This knocks the Steam Deck certainly, and probably the Steam machine out of expensive impulse buy for almost everybody, I would say. Yeah. It's a bummer.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, just the prices going up on everything
lost
across
leader
the
for
board.
$12.
It's scary. I feel like we're feeling it now, but I feel like we're really gonna start feeling it in a couple years, even. When all the devs have laid so many people off. I feel like
Yeah.
like game development and creativity is they're going to take less risks. They're going to spend less. Like I feel like we're really going to feel it hard in even a couple years.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean,
Yeah.
the cost of everything has been going up, and the wages have not gone up to accommodate that. Go ahead, Damiani.
Yeah, now we already talked about like how future hardware
Yeah.
start like going high, like guess higher. It's
Yeah.
gonna be bad. But
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
crazy.
this is just reinforcing like current hardware is not safe. When we were talking about the Switch 2, the Switch family of systems price increase because
Yeah.
they all went up in price, not just Switch 2. Switch 1s went up in price as well.
Crazy.
And that we were saying like how it already was on like a little too high for a lot of people, and that pushed it out of impulse buy for people who are looking for a cheap system. But it's like I don't know what the alternatives are going to be, and then also that the memory that the Switch 2 uses, the mobile memory that it uses, that specific type of RAM or whatever, that's now the next that's going to get like it's starting to see like it's being bought out for the next 2-3 years, like
Damn it.
the shortages of it. So like Nintendo and like mobile phones are gonna have to start jacking up their prices again.
Phones are already crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna start going up more. And like the Switch 2, I would not be surprised if every year for the next 3 years, Switch 2 gets a price increase. Just like I don't know how they fight it off. Like if this holds true, yeah.
Right. Like how long before the grift is over and people realize AI is pointless, and
I don't know. Like,
or is it a self-fulfilling prophecy?
who was
Like,
it?
they're
Didn't
gonna
Rockstar
keep
just say,
pumping
or
money
who was
into
it just said to like someone just said, not Rockstar. Someone said like no. I don't remember who. Some company just changed its tune and said token maxing, which I don't know what the fuck that means.
I did
is
see
like
2 days ago though.
it's
Sorry,
just
go
too
ahead.
expensive, and like they need to like backtrack and like not do like it was a mistake to do that with AI or something. And I'm
Well,
like,
two days ago, Damiani, Microsoft suggested using AI is more expensive than hiring people. So
I mean, it's certainly more expensive on the planet. Like, and
But
yeah.
that's been one of the big points. It's like just like with Uber and DoorDash and all that
Right.
stuff. It's like tech industry has been trying to like shove it through by not giving anyone the real costs.
Right.
And like at some point, the investors are going to be like, "When are we making our money back?"
Right. That's the crazy thing to me, is that it's all theoretical venture capital still. Like, people are putting billions, trillions of dollars into these things that have no models, like, for profitability. It's crazy to me. Like, no, we're not going to pay for intelligence on a meter, you stupid asshole.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, all the bad stuff. I think the scary thing is
Although we have to be careful, because apparently being anti-AI is an act of de-terrorism now.
Oh, okay.
So,
consumer-facing stuff has not like shown any kind of like path to like profitability. Obviously, like the Sora AI and all that and stuff like that. It's not really where the money is, but capital stuff, like capital enterprise stuff, is apparently starting to figure it out, which is not good. Well, not good for everyone else. For rich people, great for you because you're gonna get richer and stuff. But like for everyone else, like like that bubble popping thing, it got like a little use one piece. It used armament hockey a little bit on that bubble to reinforce it a little bit.
well, yeah, that's for sure. Like the Sunos and the Chat GPTs and all that. That's the lipstick on the pig that keeps it's the opiate of the masses to keep like the public to gain public interest and support into this thing, so that the companies can and the military and everybody can use it for what they're gonna use it for.
Yeah.
And make money on it for what they're gonna make money on.
Everyone's just jumping on it. Like it was
Not to sound like a total conspiracy
Allbirds.
nut.
Allbirds pivoted to AI, and I don't know what
Yeah.
now. They were a shoe company. They did it. Corsair is pivoting to like more AI stuff. They saw like their 5-day like value went up 75%. It's like we should not do this, but as a joke, you should just put Easy Allies. Easy Allies is pivoting to an AI blah blah blah, and like watch 5 days later we'll be like
Easy
raking in the money, baby.
Easy AI.
Our investors will go the other direction.
There you go.
We will not be doing that. Don't worry.
Yes, that was a joke.
Yeah, no, AI is not my thing.
it's not my cup of tea.
Don't love that. Anyway, it's fucking everything
A
up.
lot of sick games coming
Yeah.
for now.
Speaking of which, we've got a whole bunch more coming in this very podcast, mostly games now. We're into the fun stuff. We're not talking about garbage stuff anymore. So if you've been enjoying what you've been seeing so far, please take a second to like, subscribe, ring the bell on YouTube. It helps us and it helps you stay connected. All right, we're going to get into a lot of games and stuff, but first, we got my one thing. Don, you never get to go first on this bullshit. You want to go first on this?
Dang it, I was just trying to think if I have one thing this week.
Well, you don't have to go first. We're going to make Blood go first.
I'll think about it.
Blood.
I'll go with my airplane game.
Airplane game.
I was playing Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
Ooh.
Huber, you played through that, right?
Oh
on a
yeah,
Switch or
baby.
something?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Switch 2.
Nice.
Phenomenal game. Love that game.
I think I'm getting close to the end.
Cool.
But yeah, good times.
So fun.
Good times.
Nice and snappy, and
Yeah.
you know, push you a little bit. There's this whole thing with the hypercharge or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like some enemies will have like a blue glow, and you got to hit them with the melee attack to get the charge, and others will have the pink glow, and you got to hit them with a projectile to get the charge.
Classic.
And that will allow you to just slice through somebody with like a shield or something, or that takes a lot of hits. And then
So
it's really
cool.
good with bosses. It'll stagger them. And then if you do well, like you know how a lot of the Ninja Gaiden games and stuff have like the ranking systems. If you hit a certain threshold on the ranks, you unlock things in the shop.
Ooh.
So like new sub weapons and talismans and things like
Okay.
that. So
Skill gating it.
yeah, well, you get rewarded, for doing better, and then
Yeah.
the levels aren't so crazy long. Like some of them
Yeah.
are actually pretty brief. So like you can go back if you want to try to raise that score a bit after you finish.
It was a nice balance with Shinobi.
Don, you thought of one yet?
I haven't.
Okay, Huber, what do you got?
Spider
Spider
fucking
Noir. I was gonna say if you don't bring it up, I'm
that
gonna
out?
bring it up. Yeah, dude, the
God.
whole fucking thing is out.
Is it on Disney
Oh
Plus?
my
Amazon Prime.
God, it's so
Yeah,
good.
it's so random. The
Okay.
Spider-Man, like who gets Spider-Man is so weird.
Oh, it's
Dude,
so
I watched
good.
the first episode. I loved it.
It was so
Black and
good.
white. Black and white, right?
Black and white. You gotta go
Black and white.
Gotta go
Black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vibes. The vibes are black and white.
Dude, it's so fun.
It's unbelievably
it's
fun.
witty. It's funny. It has great like women in it.
Nick
like,
Cage,
very
first
diverse too. It's
TV
cool.
show of all time.
Really, I didn't realize that.
The
but yeah,
reason
you're so
he
right.
the reason he did it is because his son showed him Breaking Bad during COVID,
Wow.
and he was like,
Huh.
and he saw a scene where Bryan Cranston was staring at a suitcase for like 3 minutes, and he was like, maybe, movies, I don't have a lot of time to create a character. Like, wow, give me 8 full hours of story, and I can do so much. And he's just
Say what you will about Nicolas
feasting.
Cage. He loves the craft of acting.
Yes, he makes big choices.
Yeah. I love him.
So good.
I hope he's not a creepazoid or something
He's
because he's just
so
so
cool.
great.
Oh,
Dude, Spider Noir is so good.
it's fucking great. Highly recommend. Easy.
I mean,
binge.
I've only seen the first episode. Did you watch like all of it or
I watched 3.
3? Okay, I started it at like 11 p.m. So I
Yeah.
was like, I try to be done with media by 11 or by midnight, otherwise my brain doesn't cool off in time
Yeah.
for me to sleep.
It's so good.
Got to do minute cryptics, got to study
Yeah.
Norwegian.
But I will say I just don't like the binge model. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Damiani.
I was
we
actually
always talk about
I was
this.
surprised. I
It's
didn't
just
realize they were putting it all
annoying.
out.
It's just
Yeah.
annoying.
It's just so annoying. Like
Okay.
legit the next day, everyone was just, you can't even like talk about it freely because everyone's in different spots. All the headlines were
Yeah.
just about the ending,
Yeah, yeah.
and it had been out for less than 24 fucking hours. Like, what are we doing here? Let's celebrate each finely crafted episode as it comes. Let's digest our food instead of stuffing our faces.
Let's get. I'll compromise with you. So if it's like an 8-episode series, a new episode every night.
I love that.
I don't want
what if
weekly.
they-
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want
make it
8
an event.
weeks.
Yeah.
I want
I love that.
do that
would do it.
every
I
night
would
a
do
new
it.
episode or
know what I-
weeknights or
Damiani?
whatever.
I accept the terms.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
Okay,
compromise.
we did it.
Yes.
Has anyone really done that on TV? Like just one a night?
I don't think
Stranger Things has done that a couple of times. Like in chunks.
What if
Yeah.
seasons 2 and 3
What
did
if
that?
maybe did that? A lot of times
I
what you
need to
get, which
watch
I
that.
actually do like, is when they'll do, if it's a week-to-week show, but like they'll drop 2 the first week or 3
I like
the
that
first
too.
week.
Yeah,
like
I've seen that.
Reacher
I like
would
that.
do 2 a week, I think. And I thought
I like-
that's
Dispatch
really nice.
did 2 a week on game, but still
Yeah.
episodic.
I like when like there's nothing better than a surprise 2-episode drop in the middle of a season too.
So
Like a few
cool.
shows have done that.
I love
the thing
that.
I hate, which From just did, they took a weekend off.
Oh,
During like Memorial Day weekend or something. I remember Lost used to do
No.
this all the time. It's like I'm building my entire life around being here to watch Lost on this night, and I find out in the moment when fucking soccer or news or some shit comes on. I'm like,
BS
what's
is
this?
on, some
What's this
parade.
bullshit? I don't give a fuck about America's Next Top Model or whatever it is. America's Idol
so
2-hour finale
right.
can bite it.
You're so right. Holy
Survivor.
shit.
Anyway, don't bump my Lost.
When there'd be like, you'd wake up in the morning
TV
for a
channels,
Scooby Doo
12-year-old.
episode, and it would be like some breaking news
An
story.
oil spill, yeah.
It's like, I don't care.
You're like, I want to see a drawer that's obviously going to open because it's a different color than all the other drawers.
Yes.
That's what I'm here to do.
Yes.
I don't care about this grown-up stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Don, you think of one?
Okay, I got it.
We got him.
I did have a thing. Big thing happened last night, actually. So I was ranting, I think, on last week's podcast or the one before, how I was going up against the World Cup, grudge
yeah,
match,
yeah.
me against the World Cup.
Yeah.
Well,
How's that going?
we've put the swords into plowshares, I'm happy to report, because World Cup has not canceled my beloved California Extreme. It is on. I got
Okay.
the announcement
Back on the
last
menu.
night or the night before.
And Don's going to be a goalie now.
It got bumped, yeah, oddly enough. It got bumped just a week or two, so it's in August now instead of July, but it's still happening. Still happening at the convention center up there. So the World Cup just delayed it, but it didn't defeat it. So I'm pumped. That's all I'm dealing with this week. The excitement around that. See you at California Extreme, everyone.
Love that. Huber, you'll like this one. Widow's Bay, dude. You been watching this? Nope, he's coughing. It's on Apple TV, which I don't think you have currently. But like Widow's Bay, our boy Matthew Reese, it's good. I think I've talked about this before, but they just last night's episode, or whichever night that was, directed by Ty West.
Yo, really?
Maybe they chat's saying they dropped 2 episodes, which is confusing because I only saw 1. So maybe
Ty
I have
West
another one.
directed it? That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, and it was like in the past, no spoilers, but it was just like a period piece.
Cool.
That show is great.
I've heard good things about the Burrows, Isla. I feel like that's
I was
your
gonna.
I've seen
wheelhouse.
posters.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
I have that on my list to watch.
Yeah.
Is that out?
Stranger Things.
I-
Yeah, it came out Monday,
fully
I
out.
think. Yeah.
I've driven by posters for that.
That feels like Isla's wheelhouse and yours, Damiani, for sure.
Okay.
I don't know about you, Blood. You're an enigma when it comes to TV. Truly.
Yeah,
I
sometimes
never
Blood
know
will just
what
start
you're gonna
talking about
watch.
some hard shit. And
Yeah.
you're into that?
Yeah, I never
Whoa.
know.
And then he loves Outlander,
Yeah.
which I thought was like a erotic
My mom,
Like,
it's like my mom's
bodice ripper.
favorite show.
or something. I don't know anything about it. Love that. Also,
yeah.
shout out to the Hawking Continuum Slim 2021, which is hopefully arriving at my house today. Excited about that.
Hell yeah.
Damiani's One Piece. Where are we at? We in the
keep it
900s yet?
No, I don't know where I'm. I'll keep it short because we got a loaded podcast today.
Yeah, we do.
I'm still Whole Cake Island. Luffy is in Mirror World, but it's not without an R. Miro. At least the dub says that, but I don't know if Crunchyroll is using AI or some shit because there's some shady ass like subtitles on Crunchyroll, and I'm pretty sure they're using AI because I'm like, what the hell? That's not what they said. What is this gibberish? I was like, okay. He's fighting the Charlotte, like the tough guy. It looks like cross between the dude from Berserk and Fist of the North Star. He's got like a bomber jacket, but like just like his chest exposed. He looks like from like Streets of Rage boss or something, dude.
Cool.
And he's like got like sort of like the same pseudo powers, like the type of devil fruit powers as Luffy. So like he's like just stronger. He's like more imposing. He can do like more hands. It's mochi. It's like, but his things can stretch too. So like they're in this epic fight right now, and like Luffy is just like getting his ass kicked, but like he's trying to learn something, and they keep doing flashbacks to his 2-year training arc during the time skip, and he's trying to learn like how to like basically perceive the future a little bit so that he can like better anticipate and counter people's things, attacks, and it's apparently gonna level him up. And meanwhile, their big mom is like on a rampage because her wedding got ruined. She's trying to like destroy everything. She just wants a cake. They're trying to frantically make her this cake, and hopefully it'll like save her. But like, yeah, like a lot of things are going wrong and shit. Like it just looks like how the hell are they going to get out of this situation? Like things are going so wrong for them, and but like, yeah, there's still like a lot of like good moments with them. Like Sanji is getting a lot of character development. For once, I'm like, they made Sanji very, very likable. He's very likable in the live action show because they kind of nixed like 95% of his creepiness that is in the anime, where he's like extremely pervy. That's like, it kind of like, he's not like that in this arc, which is really nice. It's like he's actually acting like a normal person. I'm like, that's kind of nice to see that side of him. But yeah, I'm very curious because like I just feel like we're gonna get a new reveal of a new Luffy thing. Like they're always gonna do. They always like an end of an arc. It's power. Like because last time it was 4th gear, the bouncing man thing. It was ridiculous as hell. So I'm like, what do they got in store for me? Because I know he's gonna use that. But I mean, they're alluding to some big shit. Like they're just doing this. There's other like world shit going on. I'm like, they're like, what the hell, man? Like they seem so far in over their heads, but we shall see because I feel like we are reaching the end of the whole Cake Island saga here. I'll let you know when we finish it up.
I love that.
We look forward to hearing about that.
Oh yeah.
The end of the whole Cake saga.
I found the words to explain why I like the weekly release so much because actually I found the words. I really did. It's actually my favorite content on the internet is when people come together in between the weeks of episodes of shows to celebrate them. And we just experienced that with Daredevil Born Again Season 2. After every week, like the highlight of some of my days were just like going online and seeing just all of the memes and all of the love for like different characters and like different things and like speculation. Like that stuff is just so wholesome. The internet is a horrible wasteland, as we all know, and it's really negative and toxic. Like the negativity economy I was just reading about. But like when people really love a show, those week to week moments are like just so nice and good, and I just love it. And we're not going to get that with Spider Noir because it's already just all out and everyone will just, post about it in the end or whatever.
We can talk about it week to week, Hugh.
Yeah.
What's that? It's James Bond. 007 First Light. We're in the game section now of this show. 3 out of the 5 of us have played it. Maybe all 5 of us. Did you get a chance?
No, I just
Don, I don't know if you've played it, but
I just barely cracked it.
Okay, yeah. So 3.33 repeating of us have, or wait, whatever. We played it. We got Bond. We're playing Bond. Yeah, what do you guys think of it?
Repeating, of course.
I really love it. I fucking love.
This is a Michael Huber game.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Capital M, capital H, capital every letter of your name. This is the most Michael Huber game maybe of all time.
Very first, I just at the top right away. Patrick Gibson as Bond is a fucking 10 out of 10. I am obsessed with this man's performance of this iconic character. This is the expectation. It's like Batman, right? The expectations to be Batman or be Bond.
It's a tall order. It's a tall martini.
It is a tall order, and I just think the performances in this video game are top tier. Absolutely
You know when
at the top.
when he won me over, Huber?
Huh.
Immediately in the intro sequence, Iceland, when he gets on the radio with MI6.
Yeah.
He had like some quip, and I was just like, all right, I like this guy. I like this guy.
He has very subtle, grounded quips.
Yeah,
They're
the
good
humor
quips.
is funny. It's actually the writing in this I really enjoyed.
It's
like
so solid.
Obviously, they're like it's not like totally perfect all the time, but like so far the writing and the characters are like by far my favorite part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Damiani, jump in.
I was gonna say I like the characterization, but to push it a little forward, I think this is it's not based on a movie. It's one of the games that feels like I'm playing sort of a movie, like it has movie vibes to it, but also feels distinctly like a game because they do use a lot of mechanisms in here that feel more in place with a movie, but they're like a montage. They have a montage segment where there's gameplay, and I'm like, wait, whoa, slow down, whoa, we're just okay, it's a montage with gameplay. We're not stopping, we're just going. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, that was kind of neat. I hadn't seen that before in a video game.
So awesome.
That actually, Damiani, is one of my points of praise and one of my criticisms in this game is that the editing, for lack of a better word, like that montage sequence, you're going through like months of training and you do a little segment and then it cuts to the next thing and it's like February, April, that part is super good. I do think that sometimes in like action moments, and I don't really know how you get around this, but like, you'll get toward the like airplane you're chasing or whatever, and then it'll suddenly cut and like there's a concept in video editing and film editing where it's like you don't want to make it so that people like you want to reduce time, but you want to do it intentionally so it doesn't seem like people are teleporting. And there are a few instances between like cutscenes and action stuff where it's like Bond is 30 feet farther than he could possibly be suddenly. Like that happens kind of regularly.
I feel
like,
that. Or when
it's
you're
a small nitpick.
Or when
It's
you're
small.
going towards an objective like in a hurry, but then you can actually just take all the time you need, or you get distracted by like you're like shooting enemies, but somebody's running, but then they'll like kind of wait.
Yeah.
And it is like,
I wasn't like sure because the on like dialogue and like that's going on screen dialogue is like making it sound like you have a ticking clock.
Yeah.
There is no ticking clock. I mean, I think it's a very intentional decision, obviously, to give heighten the action and sense of like tension and drama. But like you can just take your time. You can slow down and be more methodical if you want, even though it's like, as you said, an airplane's about to take off. Go stop that airplane from taking off. And you're like in a shootout before, and I'm like, do I have to hurry or can I like?
Which is actually it's actually caused me a lot of trouble because like in two segments, one where I was chasing a guy, one they're showing in the trailers, this is why we're talking about it so heavily. But like there is a plane is about to take off, and it's like, okay, that is a thing that takes 45 seconds, right? And then there's like a situation where you have to sneak through a room full of guys or like do a big shootout or whatever. And I was rushing it. And I kept getting killed.
Same.
Because I thought, Damiani, like what you're saying, I thought I had to get there fast, but like, no, you don't.
This game, it like I feel like it has two gears. It has the Hitman slow methodical gear, which we talk about in a second, but the high octane action gear, because when you are in those sequences, those set pieces where it's like either a shootout or a lot of like hand-to-hand combat, there's so many things, even if there isn't a ticking time clock, the game's like mechanics are trying to push you that way, whether it's the enemy, like I want to both praise and I'll later kind of slam the enemy AI. But one of the things it does well is they won't let you sit on your ass. They will like destroy your cover. They will chuck grenades. They will call out that they're flanked. Like they are kind of smart in that regard, especially when it comes to like shooting. When it comes to like the gunfights, I think they're a little bit better with that, where you do feel like, even though I feel like I'm playing on the normal difficulty, even with they have the slowdown mechanic for aiming, precision aiming, but even without that, I think they made somehow Bond feel like, because he's supposed to be a badass agent, you know, even though he's a rookie, he still got good aiming mechanics. I felt like I was hitting a lot of good shots, but I still felt like shit, man. Like I gotta move. I can't stay in the spot here. I can't. Yeah, I gotta keep moving.
You don't feel superhuman. Like you can get knocked out by like a couple of good punches.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 hits and you're down. It's like and especially like there's snipers or shotguns, like 1 or 2 hits and you're like out. And I'm like, damn. So they do
hard
keep it
that
up.
Shootout was like very fucking difficult, like extremely difficult. But then I realized, oh, game, you want me to shoot red barrels?
Yep.
Shoot some red barrels.
Oh my God!
I've been sleeping on these red barrels. What am I doing?
Oh my God!
That airport is filled with explosive red barrels.
Like,
Holy shit!
You need to play into it. So like lean into it. In any set piece, there's stuff you're gonna blow the shit up. Like you just like even as red barrels, there's gonna be a minimum like 2 in every like shootout location. And then the gadget stuff. Like even in hand-to-hand combat, you can just, if you have enough time, you can activate like a smoke grenade and stun or like the watch laser. You can do like that and disarm them. Like you are supposed to use all your tools at your disposal.
The puke darts, dude.
I do feel like
get me out of so much trouble.
I do feel like like you're not meant to just like run and gun only. Like you are like there is some method to the madness, and once you pick up on that like. Use that time instead of trying to shoot all the enemies. Like I got a machine gun because, dude, ammo is so limited, and you are constantly changing out. I know Huber loves this. Like constantly having to like find another weapon on the ground because like you have like 6 shots, like 20 shots at most.
I haven't checked this like literally, but I feel like guns have their literal real life amount of bullets in them.
For sure.
And then they're done.
Yeah.
Like I got a handgun and I was like, cool.
8 bullets.
And then
sweet.
I fired it 8 times and I was like, oh, my gun is over.
Yeah.
Like the gun is just over.
Yeah.
Like that gun was given to me in a cutscene and that gun is done.
That all fucking culminates with like the improvisation of James Bond so beautifully, so magnificently. Like the fist fight combat in this game is one of my favorite systems in literal years, like throwing a fucking glass at someone, grabbing them, slamming them into a wall, like punching the hell out of them, throwing them into another enemy, running off someone like onto the ground. Like there are
grabbing random stuff is really satisfying.
It's
like
so
there's a fight. There's a fight in a wine cellar.
Oh yeah.
And you know I was just grabbing bottles and smacking guys.
And like when
so like Sleeping Dog style. Then.
It is hardcore Sleeping Dogs blood. Absolutely,
but more fluid.
It is Born
it's just,
Identity.
It doesn't feel like it interrupts. It's not like a big canned action, like a heat action. It's just like I grab this bottle and smash you, and I'm still fighting.
It feels like mutt. Dynamic.
It's like mutt.
Yeah,
it's very dynamic.
And like when a high threat enemy shows up too, you feel those stakes escalate. You feel a specialist or like a little mini boss or something, and like getting those parries down, and like they'll have the big like Indiana Jones style brute enemies.
The guy is like, you cannot direct hit them. You must like parry or dodge. Like then you can only counter hit them. I was like, oh god. I was like, what the hell?
It is unbelievable. And it's the locations, right? Like fighting somebody on a fucking pool table, fighting somebody in a wine cellar, fighting somebody in a kitchen. Like the locations are a huge reason of why those are such fun fights. It's why I think of Resident Evil 4 having such good encounters. It's like where you are fighting these enemies.
Small question, because I'm very curious about this, Huber. I don't know how far everyone played, but the set piece area that's after the mansion looking chess tournament that like feels like a Hitman level, the next set piece level, which I don't know, they've shown past that where the like airplane ends up, where you have to figure out how to acquire funds, Huber.
Yes.
Did you do the combat one?
Of course.
Okay, I was gonna say, please, because you can miss. You can, you don't have to do that one apparently. Yeah. I was in the middle of one. That's the thing. So for improv, there are mission objectives where you don't have to complete the a certain objective.
You can only do a limited amount.
I got three things, and when I didn't say I have to accomplish just 2. It just said like your ultimate goal is to acquire this. And I did 2 of the objectives, and it acquired that. And I was in the middle of a 3rd objective. I was tracking people down. Just cut it off right there. I was like, you don't even need to like deal with that anymore. It's like, move on. I'm like, it's kind of like, I was like, that's kind of cool. I was like, you don't have to waste your time with that. But I'm curious how you thought about the more methodical, like stealth and like the Hitman type vibes of like those moments where you do need to sneak by people. You do not want to cause a commotion. You want to blend in. How you felt about that?
The stealth public spaces.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
I love those. Just like being in a public place, figuring out what to do. Like, I just feel like the gameplay variety in this game, like everything hits. Shooting's really fun. Combat, to me, fucking 10 out of 10. Fist fighting. The public spaces are so fun. The stealth, there's not like a ton of like combat stealth areas. There are, but like those are also really fun, really solid. And then of course, like driving vehicles. You have all of these pillars of this game, so it always feels like you're doing something new. The variety here is so good, and everything is just rock solid.
My favorite stuff has been the
Q Lab.
Surprisingly, the characters and like you're saying, the nightclub or the chess tournament when you're walking around and pretending to be a different person, like you're in cover. My favorite stuff in this game is it has like a 3rd option, because like the Uncharted Hitman comparisons are real. But it has like Hitman, but with a 3rd option, which is just lying to people. Yeah. And like James Bond is so effortless at just spinning a yarn to people that it's really fun. Like that's my favorite thing to do is like if someone catches me somewhere I'm not supposed to be, I just go, oh, sorry, yeah, I'm a health inspector. There's a gas leak potentially. If you hear the alarms, be ready to run, you know? And like he'll just keep walking past them. And I'm just like, that's really fun, like to me.
Yes.
Because it's like, I don't really care. Like almost anytime I'm in a stealth section, I sort of want to just rush through it because I'm more interested in the story than playing this game in a weird way.
I love stealth. Just like stealth taking people down is so satisfying.
Yeah. It feels good. It's all good. I think I'm just like, I don't know, maybe Directive 8020 stealthed me out or something.
That's my, like one of the small things. So in the public spaces, like I had a fantastic time. Like the chess tournament thing, like had a blast figuring out everything and like, you know,
wanted to play
the different options. Maybe there's a route. Maybe we have to figure it out. Maybe there was something where we have to do that. But when you're in combat scenarios or combat environments where you can just use stealth and you use your gadget to distract everything, like I actually, Huber, I don't know if you'll be upset or happy I did this. There was a segment in the chess tournament and there's a segment in the place after where the plane ends up. Like extended segment in that part after you move on and there's a lot of enemies and you got to move forward. I tried to do that completely stealth. And if anyone got alerted to me, I would reload the checkpoint. As like I failed. I was like, nope, you died. Like I died. Like I treat it as like you're dead. James Bond is not good enough to fight through like 10 different enemies. Like he's not good enough. I want to figure it out. I want to use the distractions. I want to turn on radios. I want to like activate like pipes as a distraction. Vacuum cleaners, breaking like a armor set to like make a security. Like those parts were fantastic for me. Yeah. But where things kind of fall apart, and I don't know if they had a patch today on the PC version. I don't know if it addressed this. I even look. There's some like Metal Gear Solid level of like the AI it's great in like shootouts. In stealth segments, the AI can be pretty bad. And the example I'm going to give you is I knocked down a giant door with an enemy on the other side. I'm like, well, there's one more enemy. Of course, I have to do this. I kicked it down. Giant iron door falls out, slams, and I move to the side. He stands with a question mark, goes, what was that? That wasn't a natural sound. He looks at the door and goes, guess it was nothing. I'm like, are you shitting me? I'm like just around the corner. I'm like, walk out into the hallway.
Must have been the way.
I was like,
there are a lot of gameplay liberties, for sure.
Because even when that makes me think of another thing, Damiani, is like having a big shootout, right? For example, we keep seeing in the trailer, they showed it a long time ago, on the tarmac. You're on a big tarmac and you are shooting so many enemies. I immediately thought of James Bond. I immediately thought of Pierce Brosnan mowing down 100 enemies with
It's
an
like
AK-47.
literally that scene. Yeah.
Like, so I was just like, okay, this is fucking Bond. This is a nod to Bond. I am going in just like mowing all these people down.
I mean, that's what I think this game is doing well, because like, you know, Hitman is Hitman, and it has it's kind of that mode of play, right? And like we all expected this to incorporate that kind of mode of play, but like you were saying before, Hubert, it's like this is a linear story with a linear game, you know, layout. But they're doing a cool job of making it feel like a Bond movie. Like you spend a lot of time like going into M's office and talking to M, and then they send you out on a thing.
That's all my favorite stuff. Oh.
Yeah, and then you have a driving sequence, you have a plane sequence, you have a sneaking sequence, you have a fighting sequence, you have a license to kill, shoot everybody sequence. And like, you know, and I was wondering if they would have this. There's even some romancing in here. Like it's, you know, it's got it all, baby.
Yeah, it really does.
How about gadgets?
Oh my God, so many
The
gadgets.
gadgets are cool.
Yeah, you have like, so you have the watch by
Q-Watch.
default, which is like the Batman scan thing where you could like scan through walls, you could see enemies.
Well, and it lets you hack stuff. One of my favorite moments of this whole game,
Watch Dogs.
you hack a plane while you're in it.
Oh,
And you
yes.
can bank the plane
Can I just
while
say,
you're in it.
I didn't know you were supposed to advance during that part. I thought, so I kept spamming it really hard. I'm like, when is the plane going to crash?
I tried to crash the plane. I did the same thing, Damiani. I did the same thing.
And then it's like, an enemy said something like, oh, I think I'm supposed to move forward now. It's pretty funny, but like there's small little things like even the AI thing, it was just a funny moment. Like it wasn't happening all the time, but
The one that I've caught, like that happens pretty regularly, and I don't really know another, like how else would you do this? But like Q Lab's a great example of this, or like the big party where it's like a character will start a line of dialogue for Bond to overhear, but if you keep walking, they'll stop saying it, and then when you walk by again later, they'll start the same line of dialogue again for you to overhear. And it's like, I don't know how else you could realistically do that. Like you could record 4 or 5 variations of the start half of every conversation, well, maybe, but like,
Just
you know,
video game shit.
You definitely have to, there's a lot of like video game shit going on, which, you know, is part of the charm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The gadgets, because the blood's
Gadgets,
question. Yeah. Like you have.
The puke dart is great.
Yeah,
So cool.
Each time you go
OP,
back to
maybe.
like after each like mission, you go back or story beat, you go back to Q Labs. They introduce like new gadgets. You can choose like there's I think there's up to 4 slots eventually, but like initially you're only allowed to bring out 2 extra. Your watch counts as one, so the things we talked about like hacking and surveillance, like that's one function. But like the fart
It's watch
poison
and then
dot.
two other things.
Yeah.
To start.
Yeah, you can bring something that causes like a smoke screen that like will just disorient. You can do a thing that will like shock people and just knock them right out, so you don't have to deal with them. There's like a version of the laser watch, sort of, I think is in there. And then there's like something, there's one other thing I got that I didn't use yet. You have to try them all out. And then you, before you begin the mission, you pick what you want to bring with you onto the mission. And
There's a very funny running bit, or at least in the first scene where you're introduced to some of these gadgets, where Q is like, try it on Greg or whatever his name is. Try it on Greg here. And there's this like scientist with like a little like padded vest on. And then Q was like, and before you ask, he's okay with it.
Yeah.
And then Greg from the other side of the room is just like, I'm okay with it. And then you blast him with a fucking shockwave that like breaks the wall, and then he just gets up and is like, ugh, and walks to the next one, and then you just like choke him out with a bunch of smoke or whatever it is.
I think for being a origin story, it incorporates the history of James Bond so fucking well. Like absolutely
so many
incredibly
nods,
with the
dude.
nods and like the history of the double O's and stuff. I think it is. I think it is so cool. I think it is so freaking cool.
It's set in a modern era.
Yeah.
So it's like redoing the history of Bond or whatever, but it is, like people are in chat, someone mentioned like he gets the scar, which he has in the books.
So cool.
Which is, it's an interesting thing, like, to have Bond be fresh, but it's kind of modern day. And like they talk about it pretty early, where they're just like the 00 program has been on ice for like 20 years or something like that. And so like the new M is like, I want to bring this back, you know, and I want the human angle and like other stuff that we won't necessarily talk
like
about, but like
we don't.
can pretty.
We'll see.
You know, I kind of am sniffing where the story might go a little bit, but like, you know, they want that human element too, and it's nice.
I do want to say the thing I was concerned about the most has so far been like fine and largely enjoyable, but how it's been like implemented, the driving segments, because you said they're
So
like
fun.
a lot of them are for like narrative exposition moments, like when you are the role of the butler driving them to
Chauffeur,
to the mansion, and you're getting like that the little bit of exposition there, and a little bit of fun banter back and forth, and then like the high chase, which they showed off years like early on, was one of the first driving gameplays, is one of the first chase sequences. I like how like the person you're driving with is like kind of giving you like some direct, like, it feels natural, like, no, go left here. And like, it worked well for me. I was like, because if I had to figure it out on my own, I'm like, I probably would have gone wrong way more than once. And it's like, I like how it handled. I think they were good as set pieces. I don't know what else comes, beyond that, but like the slow exposition and the high octane chases, they were like just right length, felt right, weren't frustrating at all. And I think they like felt nice to like break up the pacing.
I'm hoping for a rooftop motorcycle chase. That would be cool.
Yeah.
If that does happen, it hasn't happened yet. I'm curious what Blood will think about the driving, because it definitely it rides that line of,
little splashy.
It's a little splashy. I was gonna say it's a little arcadey.
You had like a Charger in this one shot here, so it's gonna be a little.
But it does.
splashy.
It has right. But it's not as splashy as a Charger would actually be.
Right.
It doesn't fishtail quite as easily, But like what it has a little bit of like the iRobot, like this car can kind of just drive laterally sort of vibe, where it's like it feels like every car turns with its front and back tires. Because it's the cornering is like too good sometimes. It's just a little bit of arcadey kind of driving in this, which is fine. It's just I was a little surprised.
The main thing you don't want the car to feel like it's on a spike when to
right.
pivot, right?
Yeah,
Feel
exactly.
like you've got wheels. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little splashy. Splashy's the right word for it.
Tires are a bit splashy.
Car does take damage though.
And,
I'm not sure if
the
it
car
can
does
blow
take
up
damage.
or anything like that.
And then lastly, there's a little side mode with Gemma Chan.
I didn't mess with that.
That was so
I didn't mess
weird.
with that though.
Yeah.
I was just like, Gemma Chan?
Gemma Chan is in there, and she has you do like some VR, freaking Death Stranding 2 vibes.
Yeah, that's why
Straight
I
up
was wondering
VR
about
missions,
optional
yeah.
objectives and stuff. Yeah.
I have not tried those yet because I don't
Neither have
feel
I.
like it.
My hope and my dream, pie in the sky, is that they add classic Bond scenarios within that training program.
I mean, that seems like a no-brainer.
Gotta
right?
be. It's gotta
they've
be.
got the classic suits and stuff in there, like.
And
can get the
IOI, like
Spectre skeleton.
Hitman has done like such cool, weird, crazy DLC and nods to old stuff. Remember, they put Lashif himself in Hitman as an assassination target. So
that's what I was gonna say. What if Sean Bean shows up as his character from Hitman in this? Like, that'd be crazy.
Super cool.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's it's
Quality
a AAA walk through a
product.
crack game. It's it is what you think it is, right? It is a big AAA straight line summer blockbuster video game. If you don't like that, you won't like this. If you do like that, you're gonna fucking love this.
So hard time putting it down at night.
Yeah, it's very fun. Patrick Gibson's shout out. I will be nominating him for a game award. I'm telling you right now. Let's go.
Okay.
Not allowed to say that, but in Before Blood gets mad at you.
Yeah.
But no, this game is cool. Like you can definitely see that they've put a lot of time and love into this.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, we talked about it already, but the number of Bond nods is like just even the name of all of the trophies is hilarious.
That's
like
great.
So right.
There's a trophy after you do a skydiving sequence, let's say, and you get the trophy and it just says Skyfall.
Yes.
And you're just like, okay, that's funny. That's
so
cute.
great.
Also,
You're so
shout
right.
out, Don. Let's get into it. Lana Del Rey, bro.
Great
Good theme song.
intro.
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise.
They got the sexy ladies back in the
I had no
intro
idea,
sequence.
Yeah, that she did the theme, and it's really good. I
You
really
didn't know
liked it. I had no idea, so it's a huge surprise. It just like got
Oh,
to the
they
intro
put it
thing, and
out
I was like,
some months
"Oh
ago.
my gosh, it's Lana!"
Yeah, they made a big deal out of it.
Lana lets it
killed
rip.
it. Yeah.
She doesn't
It's
hold
good.
back. It's good.
It's a good theme.
Yeah. Chess.
Love this game.
Chess pieces. Awesome. Anything else on that? On
Shout out
Jam's
to Lenny
band?
James also.
Oh,
Not
yeah, that's right.
Not Lenny Kravitz.
No, I'm not. I need to see how it all plays out. I don't want.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah.
Haven't met him yet.
Yeah. Lenny James though, jolly.
Cool. Yeah, voice acting and the story's got some surprises in it, dude. It goes places. That's neat. All right, next up, HYPERyuki Snowboard Syndicate.
Yeah. Full disclosure,
What?
it's a game that I've been working on with Ukio.
Okay.
Working with Acclaim to get this to BitSummit, which is why you got that preview code when you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we had it there in the booth.
I got it from somebody else. They emailed me directly.
Yeah, no,
Blood had
I'm not
nothing to do
saying
with
I didn't send out the codes. Their PR
Yeah.
teams send out the codes.
Yeah, I got it
but-
from some Acclaim.
But
guy.
they timed it to go along with the BitSummit playable. So
Yeah.
you're playing the same build that was there.
Cool. And I suspect the same build that might be at SGF. Yeah, so this is a SSX tricky like snowboarding, fun lights, fun effects.
Wabi Sabi Games in Mexico, who also did Rakugaki, if you remember what I played that.
yeah.
Which is funny, one of the guys that was there
Was that the Jet Set like, or was that no, Rakugaki is the, I never played it, but
a
you loved
little bit, but it was like, it also had some like parallels to like Hi-Fi Rush.
it. Right, okay, yeah. That is the one I'm thinking.
But it was funny because like, I feel like I know almost nobody that's heard of that game. And one of the guys that
They must not be Easy Allies watchers.
that
'cause
had
we talked about that all the time.
HYPERyuki appointments was like, he's like a speedrunner. It's like, oh yeah, it was like speedruns
Oh, fun.
on Rakugaki. I'm like, you know that name?
Yeah, dude. Like I'll say immediately, and I've only done like 5 or 6 runs on this. It's a demo, but Sophia and I played it split screen local, which was really cool too. I did some solo runs and we played some together, split screen. And it's a preview build. It was kind of glitchy and like it wasn't playing nice with the Steam controller. I kept like accidentally changing the music, and we were both like, "Why does it keep doing it?" We thought it was like a glitch, and then she was like, "You're doing that," and I was like, "Oh shit!" So something in Steam like bound one of the controls, whatever. Yeah, but immediately when I started this, I was like, "Oh, this feels good. Like it feels like SSX. It's like it's snowboarding, but it's not really getting in its own way." And
Yeah,
I
mean, that's why I was looking forward to this, because I played the
Yeah.
previous game. It's like, oh, they nailed the feeling on that.
Yeah, and it's cool. The default setting, again, maybe it was just with the Steam and the controllers we were using, but like the default setting for tricks is kind of interesting, where it's the sticks. You use the stick to drive, left stick, but then when you're jumping in the air, the D-pad is for rotations and flips. And the shoulder buttons are for grabs and other tricks, which takes some getting used to. Like moving your thumb, and especially depending on which controller you're on, moving your thumb from the stick to the D-pad is a little interesting. I wonder if there's a setting. I forgot to look if there's a setting to just have it use the stick for both. But once you're used to that, it's like, okay, no, this is kind of cool and like neat to have it separated. You can snap to rails if you want, which is nice.
Yeah, you got the Tony Hawk balance meter.
Yeah,
thing through
balance
there.
meter on rails. Yeah, it's cool. The music was fun. The vibes are neat. The look of it is neat. It feels like SSX, baby.
Oh yeah.
It's
we need more of that.
yeah. Jones will be pleased. Yeah. There were some times where I was slowing down a little bit and I wasn't sure why. Maybe it's because I was like holding down the power jump button. But you learn the nuances of a game like this. I'm excited for it, and especially once it like kind of works out the kinks, because it's early days. The demo had some little weirdness, or it's my old ass computer running it weird. Probably definitely that. But yeah, I'm excited about it. All right, Huber, you hanging out? You good? Or you?
You can hang out for a little bit.
Okay. just let us know. Next up, Damiani, you beat it, I think. Mina the Hollower.
Yeah.
Mina.
Full disclosure here. I've been working with these guys.
I am glad that you're doing these full disclosures, Blood.
Full disclosures.
We need that.
You might notice
Right.
my strategy here. If I like a game, I might talk to them about getting it in our booths.
I mean, hey, but we need those disclosures, and it's
Yeah.
important that he's doing that.
Also, Damiani probably beat this before the day one patch that puts me in the credits too.
Wow. Wow.
Oh yeah, I don't know when the day one patch was, but I don't think I've played it this week.
Has day one hasn't happened yet? I think day
day
one
one's
is
tomorrow,
day one
right?
is
Tomorrow, I
right
think.
now.
Yeah.
Or
Day one is
tonight,
probably
yeah.
9 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, but actually, I've had a lot of people like hitting me up for codes because we have brought it to so many places, and so I'm getting them connected to Yacht Club to get on the list and everything.
We get it, Blood.
We brought it to PAX East, we brought it to Brazil, and we brought it to Japan. And I got it on the IGN Japan BitSummit live stream. So
Proud we are of all of that.
Good
Listen,
stuff.
chat, I was the one who pushed him to. I was like, you have to disclose this stuff. It's getting confusing
Full
when
disclosure.
when you're saying we're working with this thing. And I was like, people are going to start thinking you're talking about Easy Allies. It's like, that's not true. It's Yukio. the we in this case is not us. So thank you for that, Blood. But now the reins are off and he's become too powerful. Now it's bragging.
I'm
Anyways.
actually really happy that we were able to do this one.
No, this game is out of control. It's huge. It's beautiful once you get your eyes used to it. You got to relax your eyes a little bit. It's that Game Boy Color palette. You got to get used to it.
Yeah.
Talk to us about it down
Well,
there.
yeah.
Let's
If you have
go.
any, since you played a little, if you had any questions as well, feel free to ask.
How do I not suck at this as much as
use the easy modifiers?
I did? Yeah, I have one on.
This
I have
game,
one on.
this game, you should probably start there because that's one of the things that's when you start a file, there's some settings you can pick and some modifiers, and then once you're in the game, there's a menu that has modifiers in them.
Yeah.
And some of them can make the game harder, some of them can make it easier. The game has achievements and it has in-game feats, which are just the achievements essentially.
Yeah, you don't get any gameplay benefit for them, to my knowledge.
Yeah, if you use
the feats?
if you use easier stuff, that they make the game easier, you will not be able to accomplish. It'll lock you out of achievements and feats. Now, keep in mind that when you beat the game, a shit ton of modifiers will become unlocked that can be used to do all sorts of crazy shit in the game. I'm not even sure how many. I think it will warn you. You have to do it on an individual level, but before you confirm and go back to the game, it will warn you that these are going to lock you out of anything. So you don't just activate them and you're screwed. It will give you a pop up.
But do you miss out on those end game bonuses then, or is it just?
So I got to the final boss. And I was, in the interest of time, I was getting a little frustrated by how long of a run back it was to get to the final boss. And I was like, I just want to finish this. I hadn't used anything up to that point. And I'm I just wanted to see the ending at this point. I'm let's activate something.
You were ready.
And it locked me out of getting I didn't get the achievement for completing the game. I made a backup save. I'll try and beat it normally at some point. But finished it, and when I finished it, it did unlock all the extra modifiers. It said some other stuff was unlocking for New Game Plus if I started a new file. I have not messed with any of that because we got Bond just after that. I was
Right.
time to switch gears. I put a lot.
I'm amazed you fit this whole thing in.
Apparently there's a lot of New Game
This
Plus
game is
stuff.
huge.
This game is, I think, meant to be played multiple times, and it becomes way more manageable once you finish the game, regardless if you use the modifiers or not. And so keep that in mind that it is more challenging than any Zelda game. It looks like Link's Awakening, obviously. It looks like a Game Boy game, but way more. It does way more. Visually, this game is way more beautiful than any Game Boy game I can even think of. Maybe up to Game Boy Advance. I will say it comes with a caveat. Because I remember DMing Isla, but I figured it out right after I had messaged her. Processing the visual information in this game can take a bit of a learning curve because I feel like this is how people who never played NES or SNES games in their heyday go back and play them. What the hell is that sprite supposed to be? What is this?
Right.
I had a lot of those moments in this game, and I'm what the hell is that? The foreground, the back, and it was a simple crack that I was supposed to hit a wall and make it break, and I couldn't
Right.
see that. And I'm like, oh
I couldn't find the stairs in the first screen.
yes, stuff like that. You're just gonna have to like.
No, Isla, I'm glad you
Yeah.
shared that story because when I played that part, I was like looking around, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, she was talking about the stairs.
Yeah, the stairs right there, because it's like a door. Well, and that's the thing is like it becomes sort of part of the game's charm. Is like
Okay, yes.
there are so many areas where you're like, oh, this is a dead end, and then you notice like a very slight variance in the like grass or like the bottom of a wall over by the like the top right of the screen or whatever, and you're like, oh, I have the ability to go underground. I bet I can go under whatever that is.
Yeah.
And like almost every single screen has like 3 of those. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
The density
yeah.
of these screens is bananas.
Yeah, it's a source. I feel like it's gonna be a source of frustration for some people.
Oh, for sure.
Because you're gonna have the difficulty of the game in terms of the combat, and the difficulty in figuring out where to go and how to progress.
Yeah.
And I do.
It's a little the pathing is a little confusing. Like at first I was like, how do I continue? Like where do I go?
Yes, I do think just like in Souls games, there's a combat hurdle or like a progression point
Yes,
you get over,
yeah.
but it's not necessarily how you progress like physically. It's more about like, can you complete a task by defeating an enemy? This game's rite of initiation is decoding the visual language of this game and starting to when that starts to click and you start to like test out things more on the screen. The experience gets so much better. It becomes a much smoother thing. You're gonna pick up on way more things, and it'll get much easier in that regard. And I say that what happened for me around like near the end of like the second environment, I was no longer having difficulty understanding most of what I was seeing on screen in terms of like what it wanted me to do, what I should try out something over here. There's like, this is a spot that could be maybe a secret, or that's going to be the way to progress. And I think that's one of the best parts about this game is figuring out the pathing is part of this game, because unlike even like old school Zelda, like Link's Awakening, this game like has pseudo gates that like you can get past in creative or intentional ways that like it's part of like the fun and the challenge of this game, because you can go in slightly different orders. There is like an intended order. There's 6 towers. You have to restore the sparks to those towers, like light the towers back up. But like you can go to other areas earlier. I'm sure there are going to be people like absolutely break the game with that as well.
Yeah.
But you can go to other places earlier. It's just like things might be a little bit more difficult, like a Souls-like. It's like these enemies are way tougher. And it might even feel like you don't have like the traversal skills to get through some stuff, but if you're creative and start picking up on things, there are some tricks you can do that will allow you to get through that stuff. And I think that was one of the most fun things, was coming to that moment of realization. And so in this game, this Mina the Hollower, you have the ability to like, you choose a weapon. You have a starting weapon. We've gone over this before. Like there's like 4 or 5 different types of weapons. I'm in the game right now because there's just so much.
Yeah.
You get 3 at the start.
Those are trinkets. Sorry. There are 5 weapons in the game, at least that I've gotten. Each have like 2 upgrades to them.
That, yeah.
And I picked the chain because I wanted range. And you can pick like dual wielding swords. There's a heavy hammer. The other ones I'll kind of not talk about. So if you want to figure them out on your own. But like they are radically different play styles. I would say that there's probably, I was most comfortable playing with the ball and chain, the whip.
I picked the dual swords, and I kind of wish I had picked the whip, because it has that distance.
Yes, but like it's very slow. So like you have to you can play safe range and you'd be more
Dual blades
methodical.
are very fast.
But like no matter what you pick, I feel like I've tried out all of them. I played a little bit on the Switch 2 version. I played through on the PC version, and then I played through the first environment to the end of the first Spark Tower on the Switch 2 version. And I played through with the 2 other, the hammer and the dual swords. And I see their advantages and disadvantages, and I feel like it's really just going to come to your preference. But I would encourage you to maybe, if you're ever having difficulty with a certain boss, trying to swap that it out because your other core ability besides your
Problem is it's
weapon.
very expensive early game to get the different weapons.
Yeah.
Is you can burrow underground and use that as like a means to speed up. We were talking about it as a way to like kind of like jump across gaps that gives you speed, but it is absolutely integral to combat. Like
It's your dodge, yeah.
Yeah, it's your dodge, and it's like also you have trinkets that you can equip, and you start with one slot. You can expand it to multiple. Highly encouraged. My personal suggestion would be if with the economy in the game, the bones you collect from enemies, you can spend them on leveling up your character. It's kind of like Zelda 2. It's like experience for like attack, HP, MP, like sort of like that, and then or you can like cash in your bones into like a gem form, like the hardened form, which you can never lose those. Green bones, your green currency, if you die and you don't recover it within you have these blue sparks and you can increase those, but their amount of deaths you have until you get like basically game over and you lose your sparks, your bones, and you're back to like 0 with those. The gold ones you will never lose. You will always have those, but you can convert those. And if you convert those, you might want to spend those right away. Don't hold on to like too many, I would say. But there's so much freedom in terms of like, do you want to go like heavy attack? Do you want to stay balanced? Do you want to upgrade your other things? Because as I said, the slots to me are very important. I think like trinkets are like very important to being able to handle this game and deal with some of the difficulty of this game, as well as like being able to swap it on different situations. But this game also makes some of them that are mandatory. And I'll keep it to Zelda discussion for the comparison. In Zelda, you might get like a new ability, or in any kind of like older school NES, SNES game like this, you'd get like a permanent upgrade. Like you get the double jump or you get the dash jump.
Right.
Those are not permanent. All of those traversal upgrades you ever get in this game are trinkets that you must equip. So like there is an air dash. There's a way to burrow longer. There's a way to burrow into the side of walls, which I thought was necessary to progress at one point. I don't even know if that's true, but it felt like it was. I thought it was a permanent thing. I'm like, why can't I do this? And I'm like, I went back to the trinkets like, oh, it's a trinket. So like you really have to juggle trinkets that feel essential plus ones that are like kind of like, there's ones that like buff like your health. There's some like glass cannon stuff in there as well. That's high risk, high reward. There's a lot that you can do with that. And then on top of that, you have sidearms, and you can get up to 2. You can carry up to 2 eventually. And these are like special power-up abilities. Like the early one you'll get is like tossing an axe, like Castlevania style. You'll be able to do that, or hurling a spinning sword. They'll come back to you kind of like the boomerang. You'll see a lot of analogous.
What's crazy though is like one of them is an umbrella that lets you do a longer jump. So it's like there is some stuff before you even have trinkets.
Yeah.
No, there's an umbrella that lets you float across.
Okay.
That also acts as a shield. But like, before you have any trinkets, there are some bigger gaps, and like that umbrella is the only way to get across them. So it's like your sub weapon matters too.
Yes, it could be very important, and there's other ones that get very useful that I don't want to spoil that get towards the end. But the early one I like became a bread and butter to me was the poison vial one, because it allows you to dash safely. It's a fast dash, a vertical or horizontal dash. You can go through any enemies without taking damage, but you damage them. So it was an addition to the burrow ability. It was another escape dodge tool for me that was so like the first boss I had that like absolutely made that fight way more manageable for me, because like reading boss like enemies in this game can become a pain in the ass. Like the early ones aren't too bad, but then they start getting very complex very fast. There's like an armored knight dude who like you're like, what the hell? How many hits does it take? Why? Like he blocks like your front attacks. He's very mobile. He's dashing and he's chasing you down. He's like relentless. But like the beauty of this game is I promise you, every single enemy has like a gimmick to it that you can exploit, like you're supposed to exploit with either the burrow ability or like one of your trinkets is made to counter it. For example, that knight that does like 2 dash attacks at you, even if you like change directions, it'll dash towards you like that. All you got to do is like wait for it to like lunge at you and burrow, go behind them. They'll just go double in that direction, hit them. Or when they're just staring you down, just burrow and go past them and you sneak up behind them. You can get a hit, burrow, go behind them, hit them again, like stuff like that. Like it just does such a good job of utilize. You can utilize all your trinkets, all your sidearms, all your core abilities. There's so many different ways. Or I mean, you could use a different trinket and just nuke them. Basically, like that's the thing. Are you comfortable with like melee combat? Use that. Do you want to be ranged filth? You can do that. You can even be. There's some more creative shit where you can like knock people into pits and just auto kill them. Like if you really want to do something like that, there's just great utility for all these things, and it makes combat really fun, and it's also very challenging. So I know that some of the enemies might feel very difficult at first, but like
first boss, I was like, how the hell?
Yeah, bosses in this game are like a different level though. Bosses are very challenging in this game. I will definitely give you that.
Well, especially because like early on, I'll say about this game, and I wanted to talk about this with you too, is like the game feel is really interesting in this because it's not like some games where you pick it up and you're instantly just like, I get the way this feels perfect. Like I understand this, it's perfect. Like the game feel is absolutely incredible. They put a lot of energy into making the game feel very specific about this. Like ledge grab on jumps is an easy example where it's like you have, if you're on the edge pixel, Mina does like a toe grab basically, and you'll start to blink. And there are all kinds of little tiny touches like that where it's like your shadow blinks underneath you if you're on something that will kill you if you land on it, right? Like a pit or poison water or whatever. All these tiny little things, they come together, and it's like once you learn them, once you figure them out and see how this game is implementing this stuff, it feels great. It's really, really smart, and it's well implemented. I think there's a learning curve. There's definitely a learning curve to this game, especially with the hitboxes and like enemy attack ranges. Like that first boss, he was hitting me when I thought I was burrowed or when I thought I was out of range. He would just nail me. And like that, it takes some getting used to in this game. So I guess this is like a bit of a warning and an endorsement where it's like, there's a learning curve on this game with just like how things feel and work and the distances. I do.
I would heavily agree with that. I also think some bosses, the tried and true thing of hang back and try and observe.
Be deliberate, yeah.
Can like some of the bosses can make that very difficult to do because they're very oppressive. They are very rundown. There are a lot of rundown type bosses that will not give you that ability to just like hang back. Like you will have to constantly be moving. And even with the burrow ability, it's like the burrow ability, I think that's the first thing you got to like learn to do very well. The timing of that is essential.
Because
like,
you jump up first.
Yeah, because you jump up and you're still vulnerable. And then when you pop out, where you pop out, you also gotta be careful about that as well. Now, I'm sorry, I have the game booted and something just appeared on my screen that I haven't seen before. Sorry. Anyway, there are trinkets that can enhance your burrowing ability and give you like, as I said, one can extend it, which was like essential for me because it allowed me to like just go across a whole screen under like burrowing and get the hell out of dodge when I needed to. But there are also ones that can like, one can leave like toxic sludge on the surface and like kind of like, you know, have enemies walk over it and take dot damage. Or one of them, like when you pop out, explodes and knocks back enemies. So like it will always guarantee you're safe coming out. And there's some other ones that you can use as well. But bosses.
I wonder if there's a modifier that lets you keep all trinkets that you found as like active or something.
There is like a modifier when you beat the game that allows you to have every single trinket active at once.
Okay.
But I believe that disables feats and stuff. That's like a cheat one. That is a cheat one where you have to like, okay. And also, I don't know if I tried it out. I don't know if I'd recommend it because that includes traversal stuff. It became wild. Like, you normally hold the button down to like when you jump to dive back in. No, you like air dash, did some floating. I was like, what the? How do I dive? I was like, I can't burrow right now. I was like,
give it its own button or something.
Like you had to like wait and hold it down longer while all these other animations. And I'm like, I just want to neutral do it. But this is the beauty of it, and also economy, because Huber loves the economy in a lot of games and likes to hear about it. Yeah, we talked about like your bones are used to like do like the up.
I've played like an hour of this only.
Yeah,
the economy I would describe at the early game economy is oppressively hard.
Yes,
I love that.
Like Holy shit.
Yes, you gotta, but like, and honestly, yeah, I can see how like that might like feel too punishing for certain people because, like I said, you could buy like you can level up your character. You can you can go to there's multiple shops, and you can buy like increase your trinket slots, increase your health, keys. There's these they're called something else. They're called. There's a unique word for keys in this game. I forget what it's called, but key gears or something. But they open like hidden paths and sometimes essential paths, and you can like buy those or you can find them out in the world as well. And then there's like you can so the MP is called like there's vials that heal. You can increase the amount of vials you have. Jewels are like your MP that your trinkets use. It's just like a number over them, and as you use them, it consumes a number amount. You can increase that as well. There's so many different things you can do. You can also give like there's also like cryptic shit. Like some NPCs are just asking me for cash, and I'm like,
oh yeah, the town. I explored a town so much when I started, and like, so many guys were like, "Hey, you got $1,000?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. If you go into the rough part of town, like there are several people who are like, "Hey, can I have 100 bones?" And then like one guy was like, I talked about this last time, but it's like one guy was like, "I like all your money." And then, like, would occasionally just show up and rob all my money from me.
Yeah.
I like to
And I was just like,
Mr. Shakedown vibes.
Yeah, and then you have to chase him to get it back.
It's the guy, it's the redheaded guy from like, not the redheaded guy, the people in the Lost Woods and A Link to the Past that would bump into you and knock all your like coins and stuff out. I think it's a nod to that. But the town itself, like the hub town, because it takes place in Ossex, O-S-S-E-X.
Ossex, probably.
Ossex,
Probably
sorry.
Ossex.
Ossex. It is.
Sex.
It's not all available to you right away. You have to figure out how to advance to different parts of the town.
Dude, it's like 30% available to you right away. Like almost every building has like 8 secrets to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's pretty fun to figure out like how you get to that stuff, and then do you unlock other shops like. There's maybe some secret shops, but as Isla was talking about earlier, just like where to go in the world, because there is. Unlike Zelda, you do not hit start or something and a map comes up. There is no there is a map in the game, but you can only use it when you find it in your base, your underground lab base.
Oh.
And it's only a broad strokes thing. It doesn't show you screen by, there's no Zelda screen by screen shit as far as I can tell. I don't even know if there's a modifier for that. I haven't fully looked to see that. But there's only it'll show you the general regions. And eventually it'll help you, when you beat the game, it'll allow you to track collectibles. Like if you're worried about that, it will provide a tracker if you want to go back and try and collect everything. Good luck though, because some shit is really well hidden. I'm like, I was trying in one zone to find everything. I'm like, shit, I feel like I've combed over every inch. Where the hell is this shit? I'm like, I don't know where it is. But figuring out where to go, it's trying to train you, kind of like in Souls games that don't have a map. You need to memorize and become familiar with areas. You're gonna die a lot and backtrack a lot.
The newspaper's great.
Yeah, you're gonna get familiar with areas. Don't worry, because of how many times you're gonna have to die and backtrack.
There is a modifier to when you die, you just start up right in front of the boss, which I thought was cool.
That's the one I used, the boss check.
Like there are. It's funny because I saw some people poo-pooing that it has these modifiers in it, and I thought that Yacht Club did a nice job. They put out kind of a statement where it was like, "Hey, these are here so everyone can enjoy the game. Don't use them if you don't want to. It's not a big deal, you know." And there are some to make it way harder if you want.
Exactly,
do what you want. They're be a sicko if
some
you want.
of
It's
the
cool.
achievements require you to turn on hard modifiers. So
Yeah.
I love that. As long as you give me that, I do whatever the hell you want, with your difficulties and stuff. I love when there is beat it on the hardest to get a little thing. I really love that. But have as much accessibility with difficulties as possible to ensure that just about everyone can get through your game, you know? You always say, give us just a story mode for every game ever made. A story mode, just make me invincible.
And if you call something story mode, don't have a whole fuckload of combat that you have to just sit through, but you're basically invincible. It gets kind of boring. It gets a little boring.
There should be a one-hit kill mode. You kill everything in one hit.
I think there is a one-hit kill mode.
I think there is. There's there's she can't take damage, and there's everything dies in one go. I mean, that was one of my favorites for Control. Those modifiers, because my save got fucked up way back in the day, and so turning on one hit kills and I'm invincible
Hell yeah.
to like get back to where I was. Awesome.
Love
Great.
That. Love that.
Yeah, I think they're great because they do, like, for purist people, it locks people out of getting the achievements. So it's like
Right.
you know, if you want to go beyond that and bypass that, you have to use like a trainer, you know, or whatever,
yeah,
Wiimote
yeah.
or whatever, one of those programs that allows you to truly cheat in the game. But like the same point, there is like gonna be different levels of challenge that people come across in this game. There is platforming in this game, and some of the platforming can be challenging. Without spoiling something, there's something that like was causing me a lot of headaches and might have been the reason why I enabled one of the modifiers, because I was tired of fucking doing this segment before the final fucking boss and barely being alive at the fucking final boss. So they have different things, like you can turn on a thing where you just can't fall down. It's like, all right, you can't fall in a pit. So like, if you really like everything else about this game, but you like suck at platforming, it's like turn that on so like you don't have to deal with the platforming part, but you can leave the challenge of the combat stuff. Now I understand like that's not quite the same when you're trying to do platforming with a million fucking enemies trying to kill you at the same time, but like it still preserves everything else about the game. Or if you say you just like having difficulty with say a boss, you can leave everything normal until you get to a boss fight, and you can do boss does half damage, or you do 2x damage just for that, and you can switch them off. Like, I don't see a problem with this. Like,
Well, especially because, like, for me, you know, and this is documented, I have a history of, like, you know, I have no problem stopping playing a game. And so it's like, if the alternative is I don't play this game anymore, or I can put on a modifier that'll take away the thing that's bothering me, like, I would rather there be a modifier for that.
Yeah. Plus, there's just like weird stuff too, right, Damiani?
No, there's some real.
Oh yeah, there's a thing that like makes the screen rotate or something clockwise or something constantly or something,
Dude,
or turns it upside down the whole time.
The GDQ runs with modifiers are gonna be so fun.
Yeah, there's
That's
one
gonna
where
be
it's like
so
you can't
fun.
like there's some really fun crazy ones in there. I'm personally, the thing I've not like fully like completed is I don't know if there are like multiple endings in this game, because it felt like there might have been an opportunity for that. I'm kind of curious about that. If there's like I'm thinking like in terms of like Souls-like games, like Elden Ring, like how you accomplish those in that way. They're not as obvious, I think. It's like, could I have done this? Was this even possible to do this? Like, did I have to fight this boss? You know, something like I'm trying not to say too much, but it's like, I'm curious if there is that level of stuff in here. I haven't been compared with other people what they've got, or even what ending, you know, what their ending was. But I'm very curious if that's
or if it's like Chrono Trigger and it's tied to the New Game Plus stuff.
Yeah, I definitely felt like
you really wouldn't be able to do it on the first playthrough, but the New Game Plus will let you do different things.
I mean, given their penchant for secrets and stuff, like there has to be.
Yeah,
like more than one.
Yeah, very good secrets, very good challenge stuff. There's like optional like when the sparks, which are your lives basically, you can use them to open doors at certain points. And there was one I found that required like 3. Like, dude, this is gonna be good in here. It was like a freaking like, it's pretty early, so it's not a spoiler. It was like a grave that like I buried myself into, and I woke up in some hell world where all my HP was gone, and you get like 1 hit to clear it. And I'm like, what the F is this? I was like,
those doors are cool. Yeah,
that reminds me of Sorrows 2, Huber.
There's a Sorrows 2?
Totally.
When you go in the nightmare rooms?
Totally.
Sorrows 1 just came out. That's nuts. Good.
Sorrows
Congrats.
2, I know. I heard 3 is coming out next week.
Oh my god.
You say how confusing this game is? I just found a spot I like was trying to find for hours. It was like there was a key spot near a mountain thing that like, how the fudge do I get back there? I just casually walking up while we're talking, just found it. I'm like, what the? Just found it. Okay, that's all it was.
What are they called? Keers? They're like
key and gear combined. I think is their name. So
those are interesting. It's an interesting mechanic because there are a lot of things, a lot of paths, a lot of secrets, and a lot of seems like kind of main paths that are locked behind these keys that are consumable items. And like, if you don't have one, you got to remember it. You just got to come back, open that later.
Kears.
Keers. Yeah. Well, because it was funny because the first time I found a key, I was like, that's a weird looking key. And then the key part is just like decorative, and it flips up, and then the gear part is what goes into the block to open it. And I was like, that's cute. That's funny.
There's
It's
a
a
lot
cool
of
game.
optional quests/bosses in this game too. There's a lot of stuff you can miss. I will say that. And as I said, because when you beat the game, it provides you a tracker and kind of like a heads up. And I was like, oh, I even missed some bosses. I was like, but there are definitely like one or two I came across. I'm like, wait, I'm fighting, and they were optional hard bosses. Let me say that.
You've intimidated
shout
me
out-
thoroughly, Damiani.
It is intimidating. This game is intimidating. Shout out to the plethora of weird and fun NPCs and shopkeepers in this.
Oh, yeah.
There's one that's like, I mean, I don't know, don't spoil me on it, but like there's one that just tells you jokes, but it's also like,
Oh yeah.
he seems a little weird, and I'm like, what's your deal? Am I gonna have to fight you later? Like, and then there's that one shopkeeper that's just so big, his head is just off the screen. It's great, wonderful stuff.
Yes, I think I know what you're talking about.
I think the story's pretty solid too. It's a little
Yeah, it seems cool.
predictable, but there's
I
something
mean-
there's something to do at a climax moment that was unexpected and I thought was kind of effective. And it was also the part that was making me question: is there multiple endings because of what I was doing? I'm like, but I did like how they threw kind of like a curveball there at me. I'm like, oh, I mean, I knew it was gonna happen, but what the hell is this that's happening now during this? I'm confused a little bit. So they still managed a few surprises, which is kind of nice.
My package has arrived.
And good soundtrack, very good soundtrack too.
Oh yeah, the music's great.
Yeah. Gets in my head pretty quick.
This is a solid ass video game. All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of things, Blood went to BitSummit.
Yes. Got the BitSummit. Big indie convention in Kyoto, Japan. Actually, like one of the reasons that like I even had the idea of working for Ukiyo, and like basically because like I had seen, like Shu posting pictures and other people posting pictures from that and other events, and like, how the heck am I going to get to something like BitSummit because it's an indie convention, right? And Capcom's not going to be there to fly me out. Bandai Namco's not going to be there. Sega's, so like there's not like really a path there other than, maybe like getting patrons to fundraise, And then I had been looking for work and stuff, and that and a number of other factors ended up with me working at Ukiyo. But it was one of the things. It was one of the things that was on my mind. It was like, yeah, I'll be able to go to BitSummit. And I love events and all of that. And so we had a lot there. We had 7 booths and over like 57 games. So it was all hands on deck.
Crazy.
Yeah, so there's 5 of us that are the core Ukiyo staff, and then there is we have like booth staff that we hire per event, right? That are local to wherever we are, that they work with quite a bit. Don, I'll tell you when the photos come up. We're not to the photo part yet.
Oh, gotcha. Thanks.
So flew in to Tokyo. I think I got there on like a Tuesday before the show, and the show like first day was like Friday. We were in Tokyo for a night. We did some stuff there, which I'll talk about here in a little bit when we get to some of the photos and I talk about some other things. But we did some stuff in Tokyo the first night, and then took the train down to Kyoto, which is like an hour and a half. And then in Kyoto we're like just doing a lot of prep work. Going and printing a bunch of stuff at the printers, and we had to, for one of the games, we had to get a phone. So like we bought a phone from the shop and all of that. And then Thursday was our prep day, and it's just crazy to get in there like when everything's being built, and we're still installing games and machines. I was really glad that I thought of this, but there's a lot. We had like 25 rental PCs in addition to our own gear. And so like I had actually like downloaded a ton of stuff, for those rental PCs and like duplicated across 3 hard drives. And what ended up happening was that like we ran out of time on setup day, to get everything in place. And so like the business day, we were still like putting things in and fixing things, and it was great because of like I just like handed one of my hard drives off to the New Zealand guys, and they just took care of that booth while I took care of the Australia booth. Yeah, and they have what's really nice with BitSummit is that like it's still very, very focused on the games, right? Like you don't have like a bunch of like, oh, here's a bunch of middleware AI companies jumping in, or like, here's like some Samsung booth or whatever. Like there's like most of the show floor is games, and there's a lot of cool stuff there to check out. And then it's also just like a really good spot for people to come and meet up. And like, a lot of people have like felt like GDC is getting too expensive and stuff, right, over the past few years. Mm-hmm. And so like they're coming to BitSummit instead to meet up and try to find publishers and do all of that.
How long has BitSummit been a thing?
This is 14.
Wow.
But it's really picked up the last couple of years. I think this year that's got up to like, they say 68,000 attendees.
Jeez.
And another thing that was interesting to me was that Sunday was actually the busiest day, like when we had a lot of lines and stuff. And that was very different from some of the other shows to where like, like a lot of times people will just like, okay, they've got their fill and they're gone, right?
Interesting.
But yeah, so I was in charge of, booking media appointments and stuff like that. So was trying to get, I was handling the English speaker side while my coworker was handling the Japanese press. And so like coordinating schedules across 7 booths is fun. And like I was taking people, like dragging them around from this place to that place. And then trying to think about what else. Oh, and then like Sunday there weren't as many appointments. So Sunday was kind of my day to like wander around, get to talk to some people, and check out some games and check out some, do some chats with people that we might want to bring out to other events. Again, Hubert, like I said, like I see something I like, I might bring it out to the next thing.
I love it.
Because so Mina the Hollower is like, that was a meeting, I caught up with them at GDC and then we brought it here, right?
Yeah.
And then Sunday was, also Teardown Day, so Teardown was crazy. I've got photos of that when we get to the photos. And then we had some other stuff to do in Kyoto before we left. And then a few more things in Tokyo before I came back home. But yeah, let's get to some photos. We'll show some of this stuff off.
So fun.
Don, you on there?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah, so first here, this is New Zealand booth. This is one of the simpler booths. So New Zealand and Australia, they both have like these government agencies, like kind of like film funds. So they help to get these devs out here, whether they have a publisher.
Don.
Oh, no worries. Whether they have a publisher or not, get them to the show so people can see their games. And then next up is the Australia booth, kind of similar thing. What was really nice about both of those booths, though, is that they had the devs there for each game.
Oh.
And so they essentially were just sort of running themselves once we got things set up. So I didn't have to worry about them too much. Just like, get a journalist and like introduce them to somebody and then drop them off. Same thing with like getting a lot of the things installed and things fixed. Because there's a lot of my days. It was like start off my day just like, all right, this build is an update and I've got to replace it on 12 machines.
Yeah.
So next up, Rain 98. We've been taking this thing all over the place. This is one of the main ones that I'm focused on doing like day-to-day PR and stuff on as well. Did really well at PAX, did really well in Brazil, and it had lines here as well. And that was in our Ukiyo booth. So we have like booths for all the like various different publishers and stuff. But then we had the Ukiyo booth, which is kind of like a mishmash of people that could only do a couple of stations or whatever. Next up on the other side of that, Huber, there's Mina. We brought Shovel Knight 2 just so people would make the connection, right? This is the new game from the Shovel Knight folks.
Oh, smart, yeah.
And then Box Knight. We've been working with those guys too since GDC.
Unaffiliated with Shovel Knight.
Right. But we had Night Knight
Yeah.
right next to each other.
Night night.
And then over here on the other side of that, there's your HYPERyuki station.
Ha
And then we also had Acclaim had Kidbash there. They revealed.
Oh
that
yeah,
they
he was saying. I wasn't sure what that was. He said he could give me that too. But.
Yeah, so they revealed them as the publisher. And then so Sledding Game, we did not have the game there, but we did have a mascot.
That's what it is. Okay.
And so we had the mascot going around, and then I think if you like wish listed or something, you got like a little Omamori.
Fun.
Nice little cute little guy.
I love that little frog.
Yeah, the mascots were just a hit at the show, just constantly getting them together and people taking photos and everything with them. Next up,
This looks costly.
it's not too bad, but yeah, there's this is what we do.
Yeah.
So there's a critical reflex booth. This is the outside. We had 4 stations on the inside, 4 stations on the outside, 8 stations on the inside. Next is on the other side, we had a Tanuki shrine along with the mascot costume.
Are they biologically accurate? Doesn't look like it.
Next one, Don, so
North
you got a
American
better
version.
shot of the shrine
Censored.
itself here. So we had the little wooden, I don't know what the word is, but the little things that you could write your wishes and stuff on and hang up on the shrine.
Yeah.
And then under Pawn, we had a box for people to put cash into. And we had quite a bit of cash by the end of the show.
Nice little hustle.
Yeah, just straight cash for nothing.
Yeah, just an offering for game
Offering
development.
to
Yeah.
the-
What'd you use that cash on?
Who got the money? Where?
DenkiWorks got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. I was
And
like,
then
you guys are just scamming
we
people.
brought Pawn back to their office as well afterwards. Oh, that was a thing, Huber. DenkiWorks, we had a party with them the first night that we were there, and they had it. Like, it's their go-to spot, like their local bar, Huber, but it's also, they've put it in the game. So Liam was showing me the comparison of, like, because they had the trailer up, like, there it is in the game, and, like, look around, like, there's, like, the same set of lights and all that, and the bartender is basically based off of their bartender, and
What was the featured cocktail?
I don't remember. But then another thing that was funny, we went to breakfast the next morning, and the bartender walked into the breakfast place, and he looked over and was like he did it like a double take, and then he took his order, and then he came over and like realized like, yeah, it's them, and said hi.
Very cool.
And then there's the backside of the critical reflex booth with the No I'm Not a Human door, which I talked about a couple of times. We had it at TTS and at PAX. And then this is inside a Tiny Builds booth here. That's the main set of game stations. They had a bunch of different games there. And then this is the backside. Look at this desk, Huber. This is for Restory, where you're like running an electronics repair shop. And so they had like all of these vintage, like there's a DS in there, old
what
Game
game is
Boy,
this? What
PSP.
game is this?
It's called Restory. You run like an electronics repair shop.
Oh, like
People
Restory.
bring people bring you their broken electronics. It could be cameras. They
Is that
could
a
be
PSP? in
This
there?
game
Yeah.
looks friggin' sick.
This
Yeah.
is a cool booth.
Yeah, so you take it apart, you clean it up, you put it back together, you order parts, and yeah, take care of your
Yo, I
customers.
think we found another chill stream like
Yeah,
Video
retro
Vault.
rewind or whatever. Yeah, video vault.
Was this,
Video
were those
Vault
things like
hype.
glued to the table?
No,
Or was there
actually,
a protective glass in
It's
front of this?
Japan. Nobody
yeah, it's
steals
Japan. We
things.
don't worry about it.
What a world.
Yo, this game looks really cool, blood.
People have decorum over there.
Next up on the backside, we had Graveyard Keeper 2
Oh my
that you
God,
could
they're
play in a coffin.
What the hell?
This little kid is having the time of his life. Look at that.
So fucking cool.
For listeners, there's a kid and a man in coffins next to each other playing on Steam decks or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, we had specifically made sure that they built them to be real comfy, like
That is
nice soft
morbid.
lining. Yeah.
That is morbid.
I'm anticipating a Restory and a Tanuki Pond Summer announcement. Imminent release dates. Blood. Look in his eyes, Isla. Look in Blood's eyes.
Oh, I don't.
Those release dates are coming.
He says he claims he doesn't know anything about it, but there was a twinkle. Blood, when are we gonna? If anyone's ever gonna throw away like a giant statue of something ridiculous, bring it to Easy Allies Studio, okay? Well, I feel like the studio's been missing, like, because back at Game Trailers we had that giant Lara Croft,
right,
we had
right,
a
right.
giant power suit, power armor from Fallout. Like, that's the final touch. Like that in a pinball machine we can keep.
Yeah.
Or like what we need here in the office. Also, we need to clean every so often.
A giant Sephiroth.
Yeah, Masamune. Like fucking 20-foot sword just stabs us when we walk down the hallway. Anyway, sorry.
This is the Black Lantern Collective booth. They were debuting Copernicus there. The guy in the hat is the developer of Copernicus. He did Bad Cheese before this. And
Bad
it's like
Cheese?
Yeah. It was like another one of like kind of Steamboat Willie-esque kind of horror games. But Copernicus, it's like survival incremental game. So like you're like stranded on a planet, like fending off all this stuff, and like when you first start, it's just like you have hairspray and a lighter, and you survive the night, and you get some like little coins and stuff, and then like you can start building up your base, which unlocks new weapons and things like that. And it's just crazy gruesome death animations. And then next, the piece de resistance. The New Blood Tenebris Somnia booth.
Okay, so this is what it was for.
So this game has a mixture of like old PC adventure game graphics and then like full
live
on
action, right?
Yeah, live action film sections. Yeah.
I'm curious about this
and
game.
it cuts like right between them. So like you'll see a scene and then like you'll be in the game and have to start running. But we recreated one of the scenes with these bloody mannequins in the bed with blood splatter on the wall, the pool of blood on the floor, unexpected to dry, and it just didn't dry. So we had to put chains up to keep people from just stepping on it and slipping. And yeah, there are people getting photos of this the whole time. And then we also have this crazy bust of the candlehead guy.
Oh, wow.
And then that little tattoo on his face, we were handing those out as well as stickers and stuff.
I'm very excited about this game because it's such a great and cool idea to just hard cut between FMV sequences and like pixel art stuff. It makes me feel like, and you could do this, it makes me feel like once that new RPG Maker thing comes out, I want to try to do like a 2D, 3D, or what is it, HD 2D, whatever.
Yeah.
Like HD 2D that hard cuts to like video. That seems like so much fun. Like, and it would be enough to like set you apart from the standard just RPG Maker games that I usually make, you know?
Yeah.
Back in the day. Check out Charity. That's my good one.
Next up, this is the map for the Ukiyo Game Bar, our next big project. We are opening a bar in Ginza where we'll have indie game stations and we'll be able to do preview events and launch parties.
Look at you.
Yeah,
You're thriving out here.
No,
You're
that's the thing.
loving
That's
this.
when before we went down, like I got to see the space, and it's like now it's like it makes it all that realness to it, you know. And so it's like it's 2 floors. So like the lower floor is going to be kind of like a whiskey bar, then the upper floor will be like more for like event space and stuff. Cool. But it's like literally our windows are facing out at like 6 train lines. They're like the trains are constantly going by. We're a quick walk from Tokyo Station and a bunch of other stations.
Is it the super fast bullet train?
There's those go by as well.
Oh wow!
But the thing is, because it's close to the stations, people are going slow by our place. So we also went to a LED showroom. We're gonna put LEDs in the windows that we can change out with different games that our clients are doing or sponsorships or whatever. And it's gonna stand out pretty well. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of foot traffic there. Our neighbor is Godzilla, like literally, like
Toho?
Yeah, they're right there.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, this is another thing. They had like a kind of a alt control GDC section. It was named something different.
Love that.
But there's a lot of like Japanese devs doing cool. So this is like a okonomiyaki flipping thing. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's kind of like a
looks like some kind of a
pancake
thing?
scrambled egg kind of thing. But anyways.
Okay.
So with this, so like it, when it's all put together, like it looks like a round thing, but you can kind of see in the picture a little bit like it's made of like a bunch of different parts.
Yeah.
And so you have to flip it over without it falling apart, just like you would with the real
For listeners,
okonomiyaki.
we're looking at some kind of thick pancake with patterned icing on it, cut into sections that you flip over with a little spatula.
Looks
Yeah.
good.
And it's a video game.
But they had a lot of other stuff like popcorn buckets. They had a thing where you're
Love
like
that.
chopping soba noodles, and I saw some kid
just
just
wanna
going to
eat it,
town
bud.
on it. There was one with had like a little crossbow, like a physical crossbow thing.
Oh hell yeah!
To shoot. And that was another thing that was cool about BitSummit is there was like quite a few kids there.
Yeah.
And so kids
I was noticing that.
would just like be in awe at the
Oh, yeah.
Tanuki mascot, and then there was like the Pal World had these inflatable pals there, and I saw this woman with like two kids, like a baby and a toddler, and the baby would just reach out and was like grabbing the nose on one of them, and then the toddler went up to each one and hugged them.
Aw.
It was great.
I love kids, man. Like they'll just hug a big squishy mascot thing.
Yeah.
They don't care what it is. Like they're just like, I love you. It's just like, yep.
And this was great too. We won an award. Tanuki won an award from IGN Japan at BitSummit. So we got to get the mascot up on stage with Ari. So that was cool. And then what's next? What's next, Don? Next photo. Oh, she gave out the international award, which went to Dungeon Crawler.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. It's like a claw machine, like RPG, roguelike type thing. I don't know if it's roguelike for sure. Oh yeah, here's some teardown. So now the Tanuki Shrine is in that wooden crate there.
What's the pastry that's like a cruller or a crawler?
Crawler?
Cruller?
Yeah.
Has anyone made a game about dungeon crawling and pastries called Dungeon Crawler? That's no.
There's the hotel room.
For listeners, blood is too tall for the hotel room.
Yeah, I had to duck through a lot of doorways, and I still hit my head a couple of times.
Blood, that's a 10 out of 10 photo.
That is a very good photo.
This is what Japan is like for me. Oh yeah, we also ate at Daniel's Mondo, Italian place.
There's a cool like pizza oven made out of tiles that says Daniel's on it. That's really nice.
So that was great. I got a very lucky shot of Fuji from the bullet train. When we came back, like, we could barely see it through the clouds. So it was really nice to get that shot on the way there. Quick stop at the Golden Temple. So I got a couple of shots of that here. One from across the pond and one a little bit closer up. But it was crazy crowded. And then we went to the bamboo forest as well, which was also crazy crowded.
Love this.
Which you'll see in the next shot. Look at that crowd.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
Jesus.
So, like, people stop to take photos, and
that
they
is a
become
back-to-back.
obstacles.
That is a high. That is.
I need to
405.
walk away and.
Yeah. It's like, we got bamboo at home, dude. I'll go to the Huntington
There's our
Garden.
neighbor, right there. Godzilla. I showed you guys a different photo, but I went back when it was, like, lit up at night, because it's good lighting there.
Blood saves the good photos for you, chat.
And then there's the team. That's the Ukyo team right now. It's me, and then Natsume, who's the newest member of the team.
You're not the newest member of the team?
Nope, she was just brought on. Thank goodness, because we definitely needed her. She was a lifesaver. She was doing social posts and stuff at the booth, bringing us coffee, doing all kinds of great stuff. She's also going to be helping to run the bar.
Nice.
So her and Shinosuke, who's the second guy in glasses there. So the three in the middle are in Japan. I'm in LA. David's in Australia.
And only David doesn't have glasses. Does he have contacts?
That's funny. I didn't notice that. I don't think he does.
Yeah, are you going to brush up, get totally fluent in Japanese by the end of this?
I don't know about fluent. I'm gonna have to. Well, the thing is that you would like the fact that I'm with like 3 Japanese people means that like I have to like know less. Like even I was comparing the like last trip to this trip, whereas like last trip it was like I'm basically in Japan by myself and have to get myself everywhere, and like this trip I'm just like follow Shinosuke.
Yeah.
You know, it's like where are we right now? I don't know. Like I'm just following Shinosuke.
All right.
Love that.
Cool. Next up, you looked at some games at BitSummit.
Yes. Huber, I'm so down to play Vikings on Trampolines.
I want to
with you,
see
man.
this.
Yeah. So this is.
I don't know what the hell this is.
What was crazy, I was like looking for a trailer, and like the most recent trailer I could find is from like 3 years ago. So they've been working on this for a bit.
I played a bit of Hellboy.
This is a multiplayer game. Played it 4-player, and it's like, what if you took the mechanics that were annoying about New Super Mario Brothers and made a game out of them that's like all about that?
There's nothing annoying about any Mario game.
False. the hitting each other.
Yes, the bouncing on each other is the whole game essentially. Like there's 4 when you first play it, the first level that you play in the demo, like there's just 4 trampolines in like a static room, And so you just keep from hitting the
This
ground.
looks crazy.
And
This does look
then,
crazy.
like, enemies start coming in,
The
and so you
world
start
map.
knocking enemies around. But you also
You even
bounce
bump
off of
around
each
on the
other.
map, too.
You're bouncing on balloons. And then, Huber, like, once you get to the next level, like, it starts to escalate really quickly. It's like, oh, we're, like, scrolling now. And, like, you have these, like, carts where, like, you have to hit, like, the trampoline on the right to move the cart forward so you can get enough space to make the next jump. And, again, bouncing off each other. Everyone has like certain number of hearts for how many times you can die. But
This
if you
looks
get, like,
like a
piece of
winner.
meat, you get an extra
Yeah,
heart.
this looks crazy.
This
This
is
is
a
what group
winner.
stream
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and like cool like boss things. Like there's this whole like big Viking ship thing that we did where like now it's like shifting back and forth in the tides, and so the
Yeah.
trampolines are like sliding when the boat shifts, and then this big like shark thing comes up and like bites off of part of the boat, and like it's
Looks
it's pretty
awesome.
cool, pretty fun.
It looks fun.
Next up is the Free Shepherd, which I played in Sony's booth. We saw this at like a state of play, I think, earlier this year, just like not that long ago. But you play as a sheepdog, and like you herd up all of the sheep. There's a bark button, but you take them into like these. Easiest way to describe them is like stone fences, and so you got to herd them into the fence. And at least for the first couple ones that I did, there was like a monolith in the center, and when you had enough sheep in the circle, the monolith lit up, and then like it created some effect out in the world.
Good.
So the
good.
first one,
You know what, Damiani? Shots fired. It's time dogs got their due again. Every game has been cat focused.
True.
Let's go.
I love
Cat
dogs.
will
Let's
show up
go.
in this game.
Free the dogs.
Cat will show up.
So the first monolith you activate, then it like creates a bridge that gets you to the next island, and then that was like quite a bit bigger, and like the sheep were more scattered. But there were also like I'm gonna call them power pellets. They're like these little green like Pac-Man looking things, and you'd have to also collect them and get on these like pads on the ground. And once you had enough power pellets on the pad, then it would like drop like a gate to let the sheep through. And then when I did the second monolith, then it opened up like a
Monoliths.
teleporter that took me to like a completely like different biome. So it's not like fully open world or anything like that. Like you're definitely progressing to like new, harder, bigger areas. So it's pretty cool. Next up, debuted at the show, new game from Q Games, who we know from the Pixel Junk series.
Oh my God.
They're doing a lovingly friend slop game called Yodelee Golf.
Yodelee.
So Huber, it's like a co-op golf game, but you can also like get in each other's way and interfere with each other. But one of the funnier things that they did with this is when you do the proximity chat, the letters will actually form physical objects above your head and then
Oh, what?
drop on the ground, and then you can knock the letters around and stuff too.
That's funny.
That looks
And then
fun. That looks like a
you
good
can,
one.
Yeah, you can hit each other. They're like these like crazy like deer-headed enemies that will come up and like knock your balls back in the wrong direction. There's one there, yeah. The second one that I did in the demo was instead of golf balls, they were rubber ducks. So there's going to be a lot of things like that where like they're just going to mix up things quite a bit. They also had a really fun booth. They had you actual play in a golf cart. They had 4 monitors
Yeah.
mounted inside of the golf cart.
That's fun.
And let you play together.
For a
in
second, my
there.
brain was like, how do you swing the clubs inside of a golf cart? And then I was like, oh, it's a video game. You don't have to. Right.
And then next, I saw this while I was waiting in line for Yodelee Golf. The game called Corocoro Friends. And this is a cute little game. You can play it either single player or co-op. But like you have these little like marble guys that you roll around, and the levels like there's like a very like like crafty, like Little Big Planet, or like some of the Mario Galaxy worlds with like a lot of like polished wood and stuff like that that you're rolling around. Like imagine like if you're like playing on like one of those old like labyrinths, like the hand
Sure,
labyrinths.
yeah, for sure.
But then
These bubbles are very Little Big Planet also.
yeah, the
Katamari vibes
marble
for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely Katamari elements there too. So the guys that you're rolling around, they can roll up walls and stuff as well, but they also have like a sticky button. So they like you push
There's
the
a
button to
sticky
stick
quality.
to something, and then you basically you Katamari around. So like you need to stick to something that will be tall enough to get you up these steps, like those like that mug that was in that one shot, and then like here there's like these stick to the duct tape to get across to the next gap or whatever. And then, when you're playing with another person, then like some of these things get a little bit more complex. There is like, you're both kind of controlling it. It's like, no, we got to go right. We got to go right. We got to go right.
This looks crazy.
So yeah, fun little game that I would have, probably not heard about except it being just right there when I was in line and look over and like, I want to play that next.
That's sick.
Corocoro friends.
Yeah.
That looks fun.
And then
Good
the last
lineup
one.
so far, Blood.
Yeah, the last one I wanted to talk about was, one of the games that, we were quote unquote showing, but it's Kidbash that Acclaim is publishing. But they were not in our booth. They were separate because they got one of the curated like free slots at the show. They were selected by the show.
Oh, that logo
itself.
gives me feelings.
Yeah.
So these guys, the developer themselves, they're from Indonesia. And this actually didn't even start out as a video game here. They make toys and stuff. And so
I thought you
they
said
were
they
just
make poison. They make toys and
It's a pivot.
stuff.
Allbirds is pivoting into AI, and these guys are pivoting from poison into video game.
So they were basically just like expanding on like the world building and stuff of these toys, and then like oh, we should make a video game, right? So this is their first game, but it looks really cool, and they've really like nailed a lot of stuff with the demo. Like I even like recorded the demo to be like, hey, we need to send this to other people so that
Holy
they do their
shit.
demos this way.
Wow.
That looks cool.
And yeah, it's got a really nice like toy-like, claymation-like art style, and the gameplay is kind of like somewhere between like a Mega Man and like a Kirby game.
Ooh.
And what they took is from Kirby 64. I don't know if you've played that one, but Kirby
Not
64
in
is
20 years.
this mechanic where you can like mix together abilities. And so in the demo, the first two, you always have two weapons, right? So the first two weapons you have are just like a sword and like the pea shooter. And when you attack enemies, you build up this mix meter. And when you activate the mix with those two weapons, then you get like this buzzsaw boomerang thing. That's like really powerful, and it can hit enemies that are like shielded from the front, right? Like you just buzzsaw through them. And it's also like really, you can spam it. So you can just like shoot out a bunch of buzzsaws really quick. And then when you're using your mix weapon, you'll regain health too. So it's this kind of like nice little like loop where it's like, okay, attack enemies to build up your mix meter, and then fire off your mix meter to get some health back. And it's going to be a lot of fun, I think, just to see like what all different weapons there are and how you can combine them to experiment and make new stuff.
Looks
Heck
cool.
yeah.
Kind of
Sick.
reminded me of the premise. It kind of reminded me of the storybook one.
Mm-hmm.
Was that one where you're the little 2D, 3D guy? In
Oh,
the
yeah.
Puppeteer or no?
No, the starts with a P also, I think. Percy and the... No.
Yoshi and the Mysterious
Prince.
Book.
No. The...
Kirby's Epic Yarn.
No,
Prince
the...
something.
Plucky Squire.
Plucky Squire.
Thank you,
Oh,
Chad.
there it is. Plucky
Thank you,
Squire.
Chad.
Yeah, there's a little bit of similarity with ours.
And you
so,
guys
yeah,
poo-poo having chat up during the... All right. Next up, we've got the patrons' top 10 live action trailers.
Unfortunately, I am
Huber's
going to depart.
gonna bow out. Yeah.
I'm feeling
Yeah.
like shit.
Feeling pretty bad.
I
Sorry,
did
Hubie.
at least put a couple notes for my answers for all of our patron questions. Just
Oh, okay, cool.
a little
Thanks for
one
doing
that.
sentence note.
Did you write the answer to your bet?
And I
in
did
here?
my bet. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Great. Very smart. Thank you for doing that, Huber. Feel better, rest up, have some tea or something.
I'm gonna
Yeah, man.
have some tea and get right into bed.
Watch some Spider Noir. That sounds
Yeah,
cozy.
maybe watch the black and white will kind of like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll ease your mind.
love y'all.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Feel better, buddy. Buddy? I never call people buddy. Fuck that.
Yo, buddy.
All right, yeah. So we are going to do the patrons live action trailers top 10 now. Special note, the names, quote unquote, of the nominees are a mix of official trailer names given by the actual thing, names given to them by chat as part of the nomination, or names that I think Screaming Argonaut gave these for context. There are also links if we need them, Don. So don't try to keep up with all of them, but if there's one where we're like, what's that one? Or like, maybe we'll show like, some in the top 10, but there's no way we're keeping up with like 70 links.
No.
Do you guys have any guesses for live action trailers, or do you want me to just kind of go for it?
So
Otherwise,
many.
chat, what do you think too? There's the, I'm just looking through here. I mean, the ones that like, there's some really good old ones in the 90s, like
Yeah.
Resident
Yeah, I
Evil
peeked
ones.
at a couple,
and-
so I didn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
realize
Yeah,
you were
I
gonna
was
be
like,
guessing,
go
so
ahead
I'm
and
trying to think of
say
ones that I didn't.
Just say ones that that you saw, even if it's pretend it's a guess. Use your acting.
Who was it though? Like Sega, like launching the consoles into the air and shooting them with a shotgun.
No, that was that Sega? No, that was PlayStation. That was Crash Bandicoot, right? The N64, right?
Was it Crash Bandicoot?
Wasn't it Crash? There was a Sony with the megaphone. He went in front and like they did the shot
I do
pulls with
remember
the
that one.
N64s.
I remember this.
He called him like
creepy baby
Plumber Boy or
PS3.
something.
Oh, the PS3 ads were so weird.
The PS3 had such good. I mean, the best one ever.
God, yeah.
The best one ever, and I don't even know if this is on here, but did the PlayStation 9 trailer get in here somewhere?
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't see it.
I mean, there's so many commercials though. I like live action commercials. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
it was-
I mean, they're included for sure. They definitely have commercials stuck in there.
That one's
I'm
13th,
wondering,
okay.
because I mentioned it when we talked about this list. Did we get battle tanks in there with the Snuggie Bear? Do you remember that, Damiani? They're like they like did a take on the
Yes.
Snuggie Bear, and then the tank came through the wall.
Yeah.
Yes, that's number 24.
Nice.
There's I mean the
Oh, I
Smash
remember this
Brothers
one.
like in the costumes has to be on there probably. I hope.
Which
Like,
one?
So Happy Together. The Smash Brothers
yeah.
64 commercial.
Yeah,
like
that
they
was-
literally just have the
The
mascots and like people in the costumes punching each other. I was like, how did Nintendo allow this? Like they're physically hitting each other. Like, Nintendo would never allow a
Bringing up the
commercial like that.
Snuggie
To
one.
be.
I
Yeah,
sure
so
hope it
here's-
doesn't give us any kind of copyright thing.
Here's the Snuggie Bear one, chat. We'll show it to you in a sec.
Battle tanks, man.
Yeah, this is this one. I actually do remember this one. I remember his little wonky mouth.
Oh yeah.
And then, yeah, this bear is running, and then this tank comes through, and like,
Yeah, and look at that
I do
seamless
remember this.
transition. Can't tell the
Yeah.
difference in reality.
the graphics are just like the.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then it's burning. It's like lost an arm and an ear.
Oh yeah, PlayStation 9. The link didn't become a link. That's why I missed it. But the PlayStation 9 is one of my favorites, where it's like the console of the future, and he's holding it, and it's like a little orb.
Yeah.
And like the spores come out and like go into his brain, and he sees the games, right? Like, yeah, and then the end is like, we're not there yet, but for now, there's the PS3 or whatever. Or was it the PS2? Like, yeah, PS2. God, that was
Jeez.
PS2. Ugh, that's crazy. Anyway, let's do the top 10.
Yeah.
Number 9
Wait,
is
you mean tied for
Radio
ninth?
Zelda. It was a bunch of ties, yeah. 2 ties for 9th.
Oh wait, the Majora's Mask commercials
Mask,
with the
Radio
moon
Zelda.
falling, and there's like a kid playing, and like he's the only one who could save the world, and he's in like a secret government compound or whatever. There was like a website. That's like some old school shit.
Dude, back
right
in the
there.
heyday of ARGs and
Goddamn.
stuff, like,
I don't. Do I remember this?
I
not
don't
sure
know
if
if
I
I
remember.
remember this one.
Like everyone's freaking out, like they're like sweating. Yeah,
I
like the
don't
military
remember
guys are like, well, and yeah, it has people from all over the world looking up, and then it does like the
Very
weird
Roland
announcer
Emmerich.
voice at the end, like for like 72 hours or 3 days, will you save the world? Blah, blah, blah. It's like they're standing up.
The way that the screen is
so
superimposed on
intense
things is so
for
bizarre,
this
too.
game.
It's like
Yeah.
very not real.
This okay,
Just a
yeah.
bunch of
This
dogs.
is like
Just a pack of dogs in
some
the
marketing
streets.
company had a field day with this. Like, there's nothing to. It's like, come on.
I'd
We
be
spent
curious.
$3 million on this commercial.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at
I'm
this.
sure.
Like,
I'm
it's
sure
Well,
like
I'd
they
be,
did.
Roland
I'd be
Emmerich
curious to
made this
know-
commercial.
That's what I was just about to say. I'd be curious to know who directed some of these, because like some of these commercials from like the 80s and 90s are like David Lynch was directing like Calvin Klein commercials and stuff. It's just like, nutcase.
It reminds me of remember
Prep
that
the next one, Don.
remember that one Nintendo Power Tape, Damiani, where they were like
Which one?
where like they like had like FBI agents or something like torturing the guy.
Oh, no,
like
you mean
tickling
the-
his feet with a feather.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, the there was that one and the Star Fox. There's Star Fox 2 where the plumber or the Sega and the Sony guy were tormenting the Mario. But then the test pilot for Star Fox 64 as well. They were like kind of like torturing him. But then there was the other one. Yeah, Nintendo did some edgy things back
Some
in the
weird
90s.
stuff in the 90s.
Yeah.
The next one is History by Dragon Quest.
Oh, we talked about this.
looks
when
like
it came
11?
out. Yeah.
History.
This was like one of our E3 trailer hype fest.
This is 16 by 9 and looks HD, so
Yeah,
or
yeah.
720.
No,
so
this was actually a
this
new
is
trailer.
newer. Yeah,
Yeah.
tied for 9th, a new trailer. Wow. I don't think I ever saw this. It's just going through the history of Dragon Quest releases through this kid's
Oh, yeah,
life. It
that's
looks
not.
like.
I think I've seen this one. Yeah.
Person, but yeah.
Oh, he can fly.
Oh, yeah, I remember this trailer. This was hype.
Yeah.
I liked how they did this.
It's a really nice one.
All right. Well, we can't spend 3 minutes
Yeah, we
on
can't
every
watch
trailer.
everyone for the duration. This one's a pretty long one.
Yeah, this one's 2 minutes long. Next one is console launch featuring Paul Rudd with SNES
Yeah.
from
Oh
1991.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, which is
doesn't
fresh on
age.
everyone's mind because they redid it for the Switch too.
Looks the same in both.
Then the Devastator from Ratchet and Clank.
Oh,
Then,
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, let me know if you want to see any of these. Dancing, A Link to the Past from 91.
Right.
Oh, that's
We've
the
seen that one quite a bit.
Japanese commercial.
The Japanese commercial, yeah.
Yeah, that
thing,
one's
yeah.
that one's fantastic.
Businessman Memories, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Japan
What?
from 2019.
That one
I
I
remember.
remember.
That sounds like another
Play
Dragon
this one.
Quest
I don't know
history
this one.
type thing.
Yeah, I
like
remember.
remembering Dragon Ball as a kid.
Yeah.
The one I remember that was like actually kind of even freaked me out a little bit for Ratchet and Clank was like the one where they shrunk the guy and then like the owl just takes off with him. It's like, oh, that's
Oh,
dark.
okay, yeah, I remember this one. Skip ahead. Businessman. He's doing businessman things. Opening it was so exciting. Okay, sure. It's just
Okay,
same thing.
yeah.
It's the same thing.
I am Goku. Yeah.
Limo driver for Crash Team Racing from 99.
Yeah, I remember that.
Crash at Nintendo headquarters, Crash Bandicoot, 1996. Pull that one up. That might be the one.
This
that,
is-
Yeah, we were
This
talking
is
about that
it.
earlier.
That you were
With the
talking about.
megaphone
This is
outside.
absolutely.
Oh, it's a
building.
megaphone, and he's like yelling
Yes.
at Nintendo. Yeah.
This was This was back. These were console war days.
Just play it. Don't do all this stuff.
Console wars. They existed.
Yes, I do remember this. I
Yes.
do remember this. Yeah, Crash mascot with a big megaphone in a truck outside Nintendo. This was definitely, yeah, they were all playing into the console wars, being like, we have 3D, idiots. Like,
The
Yeah.
security guy.
security's like, get out of here. Next up is used game instructional video for the PS4. That counts as a commercial? This is just
Okay,
Shuhei
yeah.
handing a game to someone and saying, you can do that.
Well, that's Adam. Yeah.
Which was very,
Blaze.
yeah, Adam, yeah, which is very,
Okay.
yeah, it's like 30 seconds. It's not even 30 seconds. It's like 10 seconds long. And then the winner is Happy Together, Super Smash
Yeah.
Bros. 1999.
Nice.
Like, yeah, it probably had to be.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, I mean, especially, it's funny because it's like, at that point, people still had this like, family reputation for Nintendo, but then as we just saw, they had this other weird stuff anyways.
Yeah. No,
But-
Nintendo had a pretty weird, like, edgy moment here and there.
But the idea of like Mario punching Pikachu, it was such a out of this box,
Yeah.
out of the box kind of thing right then.
Definitely, at least for the American side, they're advertising through like the 80s to 90s, like play it loud. Now you're playing with power and like all
Yeah.
those campaigns were very aggressive, but also like same thing. Sega was being very aggressive with their Western ads as well. So it was just the times.
Shout out, it wouldn't get on here because it was like more of a direct PR thing, but shout out to the time that Resident Evil 7 sent us a VCR
Yes.
and a VHS tape with a guy in
Not just the guy, like one of the actors from
one of the
Resident Evil
actors
7.
from the game
Yeah.
in the space of the thing, because they had the house for the E3 or whatever display it was, who said in the video, "Get this tape to Easy Allies," and then was killed by the Baker family. That was fucking epic. And it was live action. That was sick. I believe we did stream that at some point. We showed that online.
At some point, they may have taken them down by now, but they had like all of them up on a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. And like you could see where they cut in, like they shot all the rest of it, and then they had the saying all the outlets part. It was like smartly cut so they could just do that part a million times. But that felt really special, especially because we were like a year or two old at that point, and it was just like that felt like we made it. That was really fun. Great list, everybody. Thank you so much for that. Love live action trailers for games. They're so cool. Next month's theme is side gig jobs a playable character can have that aren't a direct part of their main quest / profession. Ooh,
Okay.
spit everywhere. Those nominations open just after SGF on June 10th. If you want to take part in that, which we want you to do, be a patron. Get in that Discord, $5, and you can vote on these and nominate. So yeah, if you have a burning passion for a side gig, because if Huber were here, he would say the Shuhei forklift the Shenmue forklift. But that's kind of that's his like main. You have to do that, right, in the story. Does that count? Screaming Argonaut?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Alrighty, it is time for love and respect.
Love and respect.
I tried to cue you in there, Damiani. All right, first up from Sir Alfred. Greetings, allies. What is your favorite controller, and what do you think is the worst? For me, the Wii U gamepad is one of, if not the best feeling controllers. As for my worst controller, it has to be the Joy-Con. I hate how the buttons are directly above and below the control sticks and how small they are. It's just a shame how Nintendo went from the brilliant gamepad to the disappointments that are the Joy-Cons. Huber says DualShock 4 is the best, which is funny because he's really mad at the PlayStation 5 controller all the time.
DualShock 4 is pretty good. Yeah, it's hard because of like every one of them is like there's some downside, right? Like the Switch 2 Pro controller. It's pretty nice.
Switch 2 Pro controller is
Pretty
good.
freaking nice. But also
Doesn't have haptics. That's
still
the
doesn't
thing.
have analog triggers.
Yeah.
GameCube controller's got those analog triggers, got a lot of good stuff going on for it, but it has that tiny, stupid little D-pad. And only one shoulder button for reasons. N64 controller is pretty much essential for any N64 game. Playing a game that was not that was made for that controller on something else always feels weird. But yeah, the analog stick gets a little grody over time. So you basically have to like clean it out. And then a lot of people just don't know how to hold it, so it gets comical.
The middle one goes in your mouth. Have you seen that? Have you seen that drawing?
Well, then
It's
it's just the
here's how
fact
you
that
do it.
like if you're using the analog stick, you just can't use the D-pad.
Yeah. You have a third friend come.
Yeah.
Or a second friend.
But real worst is like the Atari 7800 controller.
Oh my
It's
God.
Like, good grief, man.
The
Anything with like a giant freaking keypad on it.
yeah,
It's like, no,
is that
this
the one
is
with the
not
big
good.
grid of button, or is that the Jaguar or whatever? That had that too.
No, Jaguar's better.
Jaguar had a crazy controller too.
Yeah,
didn't it?
it's Jaguar's got too many buttons on it for
Yeah.
sure. But like the 7800 is where it's really just like it's not just that it's like a dumb weird layout, but it's also like everything feels bad and doesn't work.
Yeah.
So
I would say the Switch 2 feels kind of bad in the hand. Like as a console, like my hands, like it's never been a problem for me before on the Switch or the Steam Deck or anything else. The PlayStation Portal, whatever, which I've used all of 4 times. But like Switch 2 makes my hands hurt after a while, which is weird. Or maybe I'm just getting older. But yeah. But
it definitely has significantly more weight than the first Switch.
Yeah.
So I think that's a part of it.
I like the PlayStation line of controllers, kind of all of them. The PlayStation Edge is all right, except it's kind of falling apart. Mine, like the backing stuff is coming off.
Yeah, I prefer the Xbox controller layout for sure.
I think I like, because I have a Xbox Elite, whatever. I really like that for some stuff. The dish D-pad is really nice, like the kind of, I don't know what kind of a shape it is, if it's like an octagon or what, but
Yeah.
If
If I could get an Xbox looking controller with the PS5 haptics,
that would be
the
maybe
all-arounder.
the like if you have the Switch 2 controller with analog sticks and haptics, that would be Switch 2 Pro controller, pretty good. Like the Switch Pro controller 1 and 2, absurd battery life.
Oh yeah.
Just like, how are they doing this?
Well,
like,
for one, they don't have haptics.
Well, yeah, it's because it doesn't have all that stuff we just wanted in it. But yeah, most of the modern controllers I think are pretty all right. Like, to me, they're all about the same.
They just cost too much and break too easy.
Yeah, both of those. Yes, yeah, big yes on that.
Although I haven't had mine break anywhere near the significance of Huber's.
Huber, I honestly, Huber's hands secrete some kind of controller destroying grease or something. He has some kind of genetic
I
modification.
am very curious if he got a controller with grip buttons and replaced the thumbstick presses with the grip buttons, if his controllers would last longer.
So he's doing something. Like, and it's crazy because he doesn't eat when he games, so he doesn't want. There's no Dorito dust in there or
Right.
whatever. His controllers are clean. He rubs them with a diaper, But like, he's got to be doing something, right? He has
Right.
Joy-Con drift on everything he's ever had.
Yeah.
We love you, Huber. Feel better. The second he leaves, they're like, fuck that guy. He breaks controllers. Next up, thanks, Sir Alfred. Thanks for that. Martin Manson says, hi, allies. After you had Jason on the show, who's that? I felt I had to give people of note a chance to see if I liked it. Little did I know it would become one of my favorite games of the last few years. Oh,
Nice.
with the soundtrack, I need to tell him you said this. With the soundtrack constantly on rotation, I know most of the songs by heart by now.
Excellent.
Have you ever been greatly surprised by a game you barely knew of before playing it in such a way that it instantly rose to become one of your favorites? Thanks for taking my question if you do, and stay easy, allies. And please give a huge thank you to Jason for people of note. I will. You know what? I'll send him a picture of your comment right now. How's that? Huber says, monsters are coming, rock and road.
Yeah. He played it at Gamescom last year, and he's
Oh,
obsessed
okay.
with it afterwards.
I
and then
wasn't
he
sure if
didn't-
that was one
And then
game
he
or
didn't
two.
play it when it came out, so I don't
That's
know
classic
if he ever
Huber.
got around to it.
That is classic Huber. Oh, I love this. This is the greatest thing ever, and then he'll never touch it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the job, man.
Oh, yeah.
Get some weird thing thrown at you, you're like, I don't know what that is, and so like that, like literally happened with Claire Obscure, literally happened with Animal Well, like, yeah. It's like Animal Well is like definitely, in most cases actually, like those are most cases where like, I knew I'm gonna like this game, most likely. Seems interesting. And then I pick it up, I'm like, holy crap, I do not want to stop playing this thing. Just keep it coming.
Yeah, that for me is like, yeah, usually if something just feels really good, I mean, Dark Souls, I've told the story a million times, but like I wrote it off at first. I was like, this looks silly and weird, and what's the point? And I played it for 30 seconds, and I was like, oh, this is the best game of all time.
Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Where it's like, this just looks broken and stupid and bad.
Yeah, Dark Souls, they kind of perfected a lot of it. But Samurai Gun, I think, is a weird one where it's like, I just think that game feels perfect. Like, just real good game. Bo, shout out to Bo. Great game feel, Bo. Yeah. But surprised a lot. Someone in chat the other day when I brought in the Steam controller said a comment that really tickled me as we were recording. They said, I love the genuine surprise in Isla's voice when she actually likes something. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'll take it. That's true. Yeah, but it does happen. It happens frequently. Yeah. Did you say one, Damiani, already?
I didn't have a specific one. I just know it has happened before. I just can't remember. Like the thing about like not knowing anything in advance, it's kind of like,
right.
It's basically like at any event where it's like, here's an extra game and they're like, try this out. And I'm like, oh, because like anything I generally like will play, like I will look it up like in advance and know what it's about. So it's like, it's always at like a preview event of some kind, or like, especially E3 when you used to be able to walk up to booths and just try something out without an appointment. Like that was like finding so many like random games that you could like play and be like, what is this? I have not heard of this. Like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. I should like check it out when it actually comes out. Now it's like you will get like a whole press release and packet and everything when it's like when you're like, told about it. It's like you're gonna be checking out this game. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it is interesting because as part of our job, it's we have to stay informed, and so like it's hard for things to sneak up, but like pleasant surprises are pretty good. But also like I remember back in the day, like Portal, like Orange Box. I just had the Orange Box, and I was like, "What's this?" And then I was like, "Oh, this is the best thing I've ever played." Like, and then Talos Principle snuck up on me in a similar way too. Like I'm not even sure I was super aware of it beforehand, or if I was like looking forward to it or not. But when I played that, I was like, "Oh wow!" And then Outer Wilds is interesting because it's like one of the most important games to me ever. Probably my favorite or tied for favorite game of all time. And like I saw their student build or like their very, very early build at Indiecade like 10 years before that game came out.
Yeah.
When it was like a weird like proof of concept demo. And like even back then I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like this is going to be something cool. It was definitely more rudimentary back then than it was now, but yeah. Even back then I was like, oh, this is something. Dude, Talos Principle 3, yeah, it's going to be so tight. Don, you got one, or maybe I heard you leave the room?
Oh, no, I don't have one off the top of my head that I can think of.
That's okay. From J.G. Wentworth. We know J.G. Wentworth is bad and those money things are a scam. Don't ever do it. Don't sell your structured settlements. It's bad. They are ripping you off. Watch the John Oliver episode about it that they recently did. But like I've always known that. I thought everybody knew that. They're predatory.
I don't got no money to go to a lawyer.
If you ever get a structured settlement, people are gonna start showing up. They're predatory. They're gonna try to take they're gonna take like 30% of your,
Oh, it's the thing. Yeah. So like rather than getting it in pieces, you just you'll get it all at once.
Right.
Yeah,
like, would you rather get $1,000 a month forever?
I think that's kind of like
or $10,000 right now.
Obvious off
right now.
the jump that's not a good
well,
idea.
Sometimes people are preyed upon who maybe don't
Yeah.
understand what's going on. Allegedly, no, whatever, blah, blah, legal.
That's the power of advertising. People can be like in your head and in your face all your life pretty much.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you have no idea what they actually do.
I can call forth the J.G. Wentworth song at will. Probably on key because I've heard that damn thing so much. Anyway, JG says, hey, allies. Recently, I've been watching old episodes of Columbo, sick, and it got me thinking about L.A. Noire. Sophia's happy about this. She loves L.A. Noire. I really loved that game, in spite of its flaws. With how good performance capture has gotten, look at DS2, probably Death Stranding 2, not...
Oh, okay, got it. Yep.
Probably look at Death Stranding 2, for example, and a new L.A. Noire could be really amazing. Do you think we'll ever get another great detective game? Who would you want to develop it, and what would it look like and play like? Love and respect, JG. There are a lot of good indie detective games. Like Seance at Blake Manor was a recent one.
Yeah. Did you get through more of that?
I've only played the first like hour and a half, 2 hours,
Okay.
but I love it.
Yeah, I remember when you
I need to
talked
keep
about it. I was like,
going. I need
you
to
didn't even
keep
get through the demo.
No, I know. I need to keep going. But like, yeah, but like big time 3D stuff, yeah. More, it's funny with LA Noire though, because it's like, sort of like Silent Hill 2 also, where it's like, I really loved the remake, but like, I feel like the story is weirdly like slightly easier to understand in the original because like the high fidelity, like things are too detailed. So things are too clear. So it makes it less clear somehow. I wonder if you would lose some of the charm of like the hilarious acting where someone's like, I'm not lying. And then they go, oh, like look around and make crazy faces. Cause it's like they had to do big acting for the capture or whatever.
I think like the ones that are like really good right now, they don't involve that kind of thing. Right? They don't involve so much of like that straight on like in somebody's face interrogation, right? Like when you look at like the case of the Golden Idol, right? It's
Right,
like
right.
You're examining this whole scene for clues, and there's this great art style, and there's all this stuff, but it's like you're basically like just looking at the world on pause and piecing the threads together.
Yeah.
And Inkblood that we had for Critical Reflex at BitSummit and stuff, I think it's kind of similar in some ways to Golden Idol, where you're looking at stuff and looking for clues, but like actually like having that LA Noire style, like
You have to
I'm going to
read
try to
people.
push you,
Yeah.
or like Phoenix Wright, like we haven't had like a really good like Phoenix Wright game for a minute.
I feel like somebody could do a good one. I've talked with Don about trying to do this, but it's like just too logistically crazy about like doing like an FMV detective game. Like I mean, like her story is basically that, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, where you could have just actual acting, like live action. Not that this isn't actual acting, it is, but like yeah, but yeah, I think that'd be sick.
I thought they could I always thought it would be neat to do sort of a spin-off and just do a detective game that's just like focused on the brain dance stuff from Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
I think they could
recreating
take,
scenes. and
yeah,
stuff.
just fully flesh out that into a whole game. Might be kind of neat.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I guess is that kind of like Detroit Become Human? I didn't play much of that.
I don't know. I just.
I
I don't think it was
there's
as complex.
some elements, but not that
Yeah.
deep of it. Yeah.
Don, did you ever play the OG Blade Runner game?
I don't
Westwood
think so.
Studios?
No.
Oh, dude.
I don't think I did.
Dude, we should play that sometime. It's so good.
That would be fun.
They have the like magical photograph machine where you can like add a third dimension to photographs, which is not possible. But like anyway, Huber said Strauss Zelnick just teased their back catalog. LA Noire could easily return.
Nice.
So maybe he put his pixie dust on that. Who knows?
All right, yeah, he wills it.
But yeah, I mean the graphical fidelity of Death Stranding 2 is like out of control.
Yes. it's-
Like when I started playing that game, I got like emotional because I was like, these graphics are so crazy.
Yeah.
Which will be hilarious in 10 years when that game looks quaint and old, you know. All right, thank you for that, JG. Also, thank you, Martin, if I didn't say thank you again. Next up, hey, Patreon pitch time. By the way, before we get to this week's bets, Easy Allies patrons are getting 2 bonus love and respect questions. We're going to talk about SGF. We're going to talk about Pokemons. We're going to talk about San Francisco, which is a bummer that Huber is sick because he knows a little bit more about San Francisco. He has some fun delusions about San Francisco. So if you want to get in on that, extended cut, become a $5 patron at patreon.com/easyallies. Becoming a patron, you also get ad-free versions of this podcast 2 days early. You get into our official Discord. You can submit questions to Love and Respect, which we greatly appreciate and love having more of those. Get in there. Ask us whatever you want. For real. Make Blood answer crazy, weird stuff. We'll hold them until Blood is here.
They don't even know if I'm going to be there.
No, I know. We'll hold them. We'll keep questions. Uncomfortable, weird questions.
Good luck with that.
And you'll watch Blood evade answering them live on this program. Not only do we need your support, we need your questions. Get in there. And if you really want to help us out, you can join one of our producer tiers starting at $25. All our producers get their names added to the monthly podcast credits, which are read aloud by Brandon Jones and often hilariously mispronounced, like my sister's name, which he has never said correctly. And I'm not going to correct him. Our platinum producers get a shout out on this podcast each and every week. This month's shout outs go to Jabawabs, Elphanis, and Lizard Wizard 64. Shout out.
Shout out.
Thank you all so much. Now, come join us on Patreon for those bonus questions. Patreon.com/EasyAllies. Once again, that is Patreon.com/EasyAllies. Check it out. All right, it's time for bets. This week's bet, State of Play, is next week. How many new sequels? He changed this. He didn't say that to us when we...
New? Where did new come from?
He didn't...
Not only that, but I just read the question and I didn't know, when I put mine in, I didn't know that it didn't include spin-offs either.
He didn't tell us that either.
Okay, because my number would be way different without spin-offs.
I am changing it back
How does spin-offs don't count make any sense?
And also, how can a sequel be new or a pre... The word
he's saying unannounced. Like,
sure,
like
he means unannounced. But no. The wording of the bet as it was presented to all of us was just, how many sequels and prequels will we see? That's what we're going with, because that's what we were presented with earlier.
So those include spin-offs.
I don't know about spin-offs. If it's not if we can't...
is too gray.
If we can't
That's
definitively...
too much of a gray area.
This is the same thing we said earlier, too. If we can't definitively say if it's a sequel or a prequel, we won't count it. So if we don't know if it's a sidequel, if it's a flash up, we won't count it.
But then that's how you define a sequel.
Right.
Is a sequel something in a timeline, or is it just another game in that
Control
series?
Resonant is a sequel.
Exactly.
Right. I don't know. This is for next week us to deal with. I changed it back, Huber. Anyways, Damiani, what are we messing with here?
All right, I'll go with 4.
4, not 45. Don?
I'm going 6.
Huber said 3. I also said 6.
Oh. I also said 4.
Ah!
Yeah, I was originally leaning towards 6 before I said anything. So.
Oh my God, we almost did it, dude! We almost had the trifecta. I'll let you change it.
It's gonna be 5. We're all gonna get points.
I'll let you change it. Alrighty, Pooh. Last week's bet, James Bond half released. How many Nintendo/GoldenEyes will be in the top 10 reviews on OpenCritic? This is such a funny, weird. This is so weird. All right, IGN had 2 GoldenEyes. Eurogamer had neither, 0. GameSpot had 0. Tom's Guide had 4. 3 GoldenEyes and 1 Nintendo 64. Wow. DualShockers had 0. Metro had 1. They said GoldenEye. Hobby Consolas had 2. Both GoldenEyes. Shack News had 0. PlayStation Lifestyle had 1, which was a GoldenEye. And Game Rant had 2. 1 GoldenEye and 1 Nintendo 64. For a total of 12. Damiani, I said 6. Huber said 4. Don said 2. And Damiani said 7, which means Damiani takes it. That's the winner, Damiani. Bringing the scores to... You didn't add it already, right, Don?
I didn't.
Okay. Bringing the scores to Huber, the 2-time defending World Series champions Los Angeles Dodgers at 8. Don...
No, I think the order is wrong. You should be second, yeah.
Isla, me, the capable idea, 7. Don, Strawberries and Cream, has 6. The wild card, the sexy undulating Hahamse burrowing Phoenix Herd and Charizard's Cavalcade, has 2. And Damiani the Straw Hat Pirates, now eclipsing the sexy undulating Hahamse burrowing Phoenix Herd and Charizard's Cavalcade. The Straw Hat Pirates now has 3. So that's where we're at. All right. Promotions. Chat. It's coming up.
Quick.
SGF is coming up.
So quick.
Not next... Wait, is it next week?
It is next week.
Holy shit.
There's so much to do.
Next week... my God. Okay. Next week is Summer Game Fest. I thought we had another week. I am losing my mind. Okay. Next time... Oh, yeah, Blood. You're here. And do you add another word to the team?
You haven't done that the last couple of times.
Well, we're doing it this time. Give me a word, Blood. Give me a word. Coffee. Sexy undulating Hahamse burrowing Phoenix Herd and Charizard's Cavalcade.
Put coffee before cavalcade.
Oh, Coffee Cavalcade, yeah. That's good. Okay, thank you, chat. We'll have to remember to put that in next week's episode. All right. Yeah, so anyway, SGF is coming up, and we are covering the heck out of it, Chatty Poo. Be there Tuesday for State of Play, 2 p.m., I believe.
Yeah.
PST, but check easyallies.com for the calendar in your local time zone.
Once I update that. Yep.
Once Blood updates that. Then we've got Friday, SGF proper is happening. We're going to react to the main SGF show, and then we are doing the podcast. Saturday night, after we've been at the show for the day, we will give you the first round of our impressions, just between like 8 and 10 p.m., or 6 and 10, whatever time we start that. Whenever we get here.
Till 10 p.m.
Whenever we get here to 10 p.m., we mercifully are giving ourselves an end time because it was just too much earlier. Then Sunday, we have the Xbox showcase and then the PC gaming show, which we will react to. Then we have to go back to the show floor, do some of that. Sunday night, we are not doing an impressions. Monday, we will be on the show floor getting more stuff. We are not doing impressions Monday night either. Then Tuesday is probably when we'll wrap up our impressions or get as many of them as we can out to you. Some of them will have weird embargoes, and we'll have to just kind of do those as they happen.
Some people are like, hey, you can talk about this in August. I'm like, okay.
Cool, man.
I guess we'll shoot this and hope we remember that it exists.
Yeah. So, yeah, be excited for that. Please. All right, Damiani, you get to shout out anything or anyone that's on your mind. You get the final word on anything, and you get your trademark sign off.
All right. Use the shout out for one little small piece of news. Donkey Kong 64 coming to Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack on June 4th. Get ready for the What?
Little secret, I've never played that.
Whoa.
Oh.
It came out at a time I had like no money. Yeah. So.
It's time. Get that DK wrap going. Find the origins of the DK wrap. A bit of collectathon, but have fun. Final word. Also, I want everyone to, play 007, play Mina. They're very good games. Mina took forever to come out, but we know what we say here. When it comes to good games in development, especially indie games, let them cook, let them take their time. And this was definitely worth the wait. And 007, I just feel like there was a little bit of apprehension leading into the release of that game. Maybe like that didn't have the best showings, maybe, but like it actually is pretty enjoyable. So I was very surprised by that game. So, play and support games that are pretty good, so we can see more of these types of games, and we don't see these studios shut down, please. Thanks. And until next time, may the way of the hero lead to the Triforce.
Yay ho.
The Easy Allies would like to thank our Patreon podcast producers. We apologize in advance for all the ally names we are about to misspell and mispronounce. Jabawabs, L. Thanis, Lizard Wizard 64, Alexander Zirianov, A Red Knight, Jay Shi, Jasper Popmel Dufay, 44 Stars, Andreas Risberg, Andre, Brandon White, Brian Kruger, Daniel Martinek, Garrett Holfish, G. Levin, Hayden Hargraves, Jesse Blue, Luis Ibarra, Miguel Rivas, Mo Grant, Paul Sway, Stomps, Stepan Akobian, The Banana Forklift Killer, Chum Nguyen, Zigazich, Anish Dorr, Aaron Haney, Alex Monaco, Anacroth, Anthony F., Anthrioni, Arthur Lau, Asbo Zapruder, Barry Tomasini, Brian Foster, Bunny Chen, C.S. Lewis, Chris Eccles, Christopher Santis, Cody Day, Connell Sumlin, Corey Jackson, Corey Landega, Crumb Eyes, Cyberboa, Dan Sebring, Daniel Kozlowski, Daniel Wong, Enya Hink, Eric Tobias, Faraz Rizvi, Forever Ender, Forrest, Gabriel Smith, Gino A. Escalante, Gustav Strombaum, Harrison Holt, Ian Anderson, Jesse Wilkeson, John McCullough, John Prey, Junya Motomura, Kai Yu Jensen, Carl Williams, Kevin Gillet, Kruva, Leon Keys, Mags Morato, Marco Hernandez, Materia Addict, Max Miller, Miguel, Nefertiti Jenkins, Nycrypt, Nick Hill Sharma, Ninja Kitty Meow, Ono Turtle, Orugachino, Patrick Held, Pixelated, Ray Aldiar, Raymond Wheeler III, Richard Ma, Ritz 1906, Robert Seven Lee, Robin, Sage Mode Q, Salvers, Samuel Copeland, SD Prima, Sebastian T, Servino, Sean Johnstone, Cito, Strikeout NZ, Tadashi 047, Tim Strothman, Tomovi Kioni, Travis Ing, TZP2 Game Night, Wouter DeHaze.